2nd during the grand opening of the Green Leaf Relief. Now open at 2264 Lincoln Highway, 150 East in Cherryville. We'll be there from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with free Dairy Queen hot dogs, chips, and soft drinks. Plus, register to win some great prizes. See Large Marge, the Pink Cadillac, the Green Machine, and the Patriotic Floppy Man. And check out the new Green Leaf Relief, this area's new CBD store with natural pain relief, including CBD gummies, hemp flower, and Jeff's Wonder Cream. Find out how it all started with a dream and some cream, plus CBD for pets. Locally veteran-owned and operated by Jeff, Pizza Paul, Sunshine, and Jordan. Ask about 10% discounts for veterans and 10% discounts during Hippie Hour every day from 4:20 to 5:20. Plan now to be there for the grand opening of the Green Leaf Relief. Now open at 2264 Lincoln Highway, 150 East in Cherryville, right across from Ace Hardware. Online at tglr.net. Like them on Facebook too.
Cakes and cookies, toys and gifts.
It's the shopping event of the season, the Southern Christmas Show, November 14th through 24th at the Park Expo and Conference Center. Celebrate the 12 days of Christmas, a countdown of Yuletide cheer brimming with festive decor and seasonal magic. Buy tickets early and save at southernChristmasShow.com. Online tickets courtesy of Craft Body Scan.
Let's go to the Southern Christmas Show.
All across the Tar Heel State, this is Carolina football.
And he fumbles the football. He's hit and loses it, and the Tar Heels have it.
This is the home of Carolina football.
The foot race, 30, 20, bye-bye, one play, touchdown, Carolina.
Catch live coverage of the Tar Heels all season long, right here on your home for Carolina football.
On the Boss, WHS, and Carolina Country, WCSL. America's veterans have served their country with the belief that democracy and freedom are ideals to be upheld around the world. The Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home in Falston and the Stamey Cherryville Funeral Home in Cherryville knows that America without her soldiers would be like God without his angels. We salute our veterans today. This salute brought to you by the Stamey Tysinger Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Falston and the Stamey Cherryville Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Cherryville. Dellinger Electric in Cherryville wants to honor our servicemen and women every day, not just Veterans Day. We appreciate everything you did to keep our country free. We honor the soldiers and sailors everywhere who bravely fought for our country's cause. And a special veteran salute goes out to Gene Dellinger, who served in the U.S. Army in the Korean War. This veteran salute is brought to you by Dellinger's Electric, 300 West Main Street in Cherryville. Online at Dellinger'sElectricLLC.net. Like them on Facebook too. On this Veterans Day, let us remember the service of our veterans, and let us remember our national promise to fulfill our sacred obligations to our veterans and their families who have sacrificed so much so that we can live free. To those in uniform, police, fire, Army, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, serving today, and to those who have served in the past, we honor you today and thank God for your service today. The willingness of America's veterans to sacrifice for our country has earned them our lasting gratitude. At this time, Acre Carports in Cherryville and our community would like to honor all who served and sacrificed for our country and family, and especially our local resident, Jesse Hugh Acre, who served in the Navy from 1953 to 1957 in the Korean War. This veteran salute is from Acre Carports, 1220 Shelby Highway, 150 West in Cherryville, right across from Food Line.
with Kevin, Zach, Chip, Tom, and Terry here on another beautiful
Tom and
Saturday
Tom?
morning. Yeah, Tom. Yeah, I got tongue-tied this morning for some reason. I don't know why. But we're chowing down on our McDonald's breakfast from here in Cherryville. So,
good morning, everybody. Can you hear me in there, JP?
Yeah.
That's a good angle.
I hear you.
I got to turn my mic up.
That's
right
where
there.
it is. I was trying to find that
Right there. There's also, Chip, a knob right here. You can turn up here a little bit, too.
Oh, sweet.
So you got two.
Learn something new every day.
On there. Good morning, everybody.
Best angle.
I know. We're going to go. Let's just go.
Let's just see how long that goes.
There we go. So we got Chip Carter, Terry Reinhardt. I'm Kevin Hastings. John Prather's in the house. And, of course, Tom Cinefani. And we've got some scores last night. We got NASCAR racing to go over, playoff time to talk about here in just a few moments. And we've got NFL, college football, Major League World Series playoff. It probably looks better, Tom. Hold on, let me help you out. Instead of that, Tom, you might be kind of okay, but still. We'll go there with that one. So he can center it up a little bit.
There we go. Probably needs to go a little bit more.
Well,
No, that's not bad.
I try to set him up, but he gets further and further away from Terry every Saturday. I know it's on purpose.
Oh, no, it's not.
It's not. JP, what you eating in there?
Well, I was eating a egg and cheese biscuit, but that's gone now.
I had one myself, and sweet tea here from McDonald's here in Cherryville. Chip, what you working on?
I finished up my sausage and egg biscuit with a hash brown and a sweet tea. Thank you, JP.
Terry?
Sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin was fantastic.
And Tommy?
Bacon, egg, and cheese, McMuffin, hash brown, and a coffee. It was delicious.
I do know, I think it's next weekend, and we'll talk. I'm sure I'll get a confirmation here in a few minutes. And it is, Terry, grand opener next weekend at Cherryville here in Gastonia, remodeling. And I'm going to go in there and get my smoothie that I hadn't had in a while when they re-get those going. And but they are going to have that next Saturday, I believe. And so we'll have a little check-in on that. And then let's see, this weekend here on KTC Broadcasting, our schedule is North Carolina at Florida State today. Coverage begins at 2:30 on WHS WCSL. Xfinity Racing begins coverage today at 3:30. NASCAR Xfinity 500, that's the Cup Series, tomorrow at 1 o'clock coverage begins, and 12 o'clock noon tomorrow, the New Orleans Saints and Carolina Panthers tomorrow. As far as the high school games next week, we have Crest at Stuart Kramer and on Thursday, and then Friday night we'll have the Rutherford County game, East Rutherford at Chase on WAGY. And then no Friday night pregame, postgame next week. We don't have none of our teams really covered and going next Friday night. So tune in the next Friday for that. Folks, you can tune in for us. They're not announcing the I was told or learned the bracket still Sunday. Is that right, Terry, now? And I heard it.
I thought I heard Dennis say that.
Steve and them said they wasn't too happy about that because it takes them out of their normal routine. How much is that going to affect? Terry, you probably maybe know a little more insight on that. How much will that affect, the preparation for those guys?
Well, I mean,
You're going to get.
What are you
gonna,
supposed to do on Sunday? Go play golf?
Yeah.
I guess they
watch maybe a couple of opponents that you might be playing. Like how do you think they might handle that?
traditionally that's the day to watch film, though, isn't it, Terry? Sunday.
yeah, Terry. Day to watch film. Yeah.
All right. It's a day off of work.
All right, Terry. So
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it is. It's a big day for everybody, but I mean, you just put it back for a weekday. I mean, I always think Saturday and Sunday is when you get caught back up on what you're going to plan for next week, and you put everything in progress. But I don't, to me, and I guess as a head coach, I mean, to me, I don't think it should bother you. And that's just my opinion.
Got to be able to adjust.
Yeah, I mean, because, I mean, this is about state playoffs. I mean, we already messed up for the whole year on account of Helen coming through. and things happen. I mean, you know, you just if you can adapt, change your plans at halftime in games, you know, to adapt for what's happening out there with you on the field. One day should never bother me, and maybe I am totally wrong.
Well, this is a different level.
You know?
This is a different level of athletics, but a lot of times I do the PA for Gardner Webb's baseball, and we'll occasionally get one of the managers or somebody one of the statisticians come up and say, "Hey, so and so wants you to change his walk-up music. He's been having a slump. I'm like, look. You're a Division I athlete. You focus on getting on base. When you start getting a couple hits, we'll talk about your music. You don't need to be worrying about your walk-up music right now."
Well, everybody's in the same boat, right? So if you lose a day of preparation, so did everybody else. So
That's what I'm saying.
I know traditionally Sunday is the day where all right, we're going to look at some things. We're going to do a little game plan. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to have our coaches meetings because you don't have school. You know, you don't have school that day. So I get it, but if everybody's on the same field, as long as somebody doesn't get inside information, and you know that in North Carolina, I don't trust people.
The farther east you go,
right? Somebody might get this is who you're playing. Yeah.
Well, Tom, it's like this. It's like us doing ball games. Hey, if I'm the coach, and I'm on the home team side, it's raining over here. Guess what? It's raining over there.
Yeah.
That's how it is. There's nothing changing here. You know. So whatever's against one team is against every team, so everybody has to adjust.
Jack Nicklaus used to talk about before tournaments whenever he'd be talking to the other players, and they would say, "Oh, the weather looks bad this week. It's cold. It's going to be cold. I don't know how I feel about that." Or, "Man, the course layout looks really tough." He's like, "The minute I heard somebody start complaining, he says, I just marked them off the list. I know I didn't have to worry about competing with them."
Yeah.
So
there you go. Hey. I mean, I to me, they should be no trouble. Maybe they are. You know,
it comes down to you might have to work a little harder, and some people mind that more than others.
Yeah,
and, you know. So
I'll be on. We talk about
let's do the scores.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead, Chip.
I'm gonna start on the left here.
I'll let y'all choose the column.
I'm gonna start. We'll do our normal.
I choose any type of column.
It's leaving it to us.
We were all on time for work today, so we all got the scores.
That's
updated.
right.
Terry didn't help; he was too busy eating breakfast. But Chip and I got it.
Y'all done was eat. I even wrote mine down.
All right. Bessemer City defeats Cherryville 56-8. Shelby defeats Burns 27-14. Kings Mountain with the comeback win on Crest 24-23. East Rutherford wins the Rutherford County Showdown with RS Central 57-26. North Lincoln over East Lincoln 39-28. After being tied with Statesville early, Hickory pulls away and defeats Statesville 35-20. East Gaston shuts out Highland Tech 38-0. Corvian Community defeats the Mountain Island Raptors 41-7. It was Christ the King over Bishop McInnes 30-7. Murphy defeats Cherokee 35-6. It was Hayesville over Andrews 26-10, and Starmount defeats the Bucking Elks of Elkin 55-21.
And it was Maiden 48, Newton Conover 14. It was Lincoln in 42, West Lincoln 21, East Burke 28, West Caldwell 7. Bunker Hill comes from behind to defeat Bandy's. Bandy's led that game for quite a while.
Yeah, late too, big.
That was Bunker Hill wins 54-53. End up in a two-way tie for the conference championship, but they will get probably the number one seed because they defeated Lincoln. It was Hendersonville 47, Chase 21, Brevard 55, Polk County 0, Community School of Davison 41, Pine Lake Prep 10, North Wilkes 31, Forbush 14, Surrey Central 29, Wilkes Central 17. It was Rosman over Owen 29-27. North Stanley defeats Albemarle 24-0, and Swain County over Madison 39-13.
Ashbrook over Hunter Huss 15-12. South Point blanks North Gaston 48-0. Kramer edges Forest View 28-27. St. Stephen's doubles up Ford 42-21. It was North Iredell over West Iredell 36-15, and Irwin crushes North Buncombe 56-14. Watauga big over Freedom 42-6. Alexander Central defeats High Brighton 35-21. Smoky Mountain defeats West Henderson 47-28. It was South Caldwell over Ashe County 40-34. McDowell over Inca 20-14, and AC Reynolds squeaks by Asheville 30-27.
All right, take a quick look over here at your RPIs. If folks want to know, these are updated, guys. So bear with me as I pull this up. Let's see. For the folks listening on the radio, you can watch this show and the replay of the show on YouTube live every Saturday. Go to KDC Broadcasting YouTube channel. We got some fun stuff, videos, and other stuff to do later. Right now, we're showing the RPI. At 7-2, the Crest Chargers are still number one.
Is that updated after
Yes.
last night? Wow.
Yes, it is. So Crest lost last night, and they're still number one. How do you think Hickory feels about sitting at a 7 seed, the defending state champions, at
Undefeated
10-0, at 7?
How do you think Crest feels after they've blown 2 games that they should be unbeaten
Well,
right now?
look at number 3 right now.
AC Reynolds
AC Reynolds is a 3A
with 3 losses.
Wow.
AC Reynolds at 5-3 is sitting at the 3 RPI.
I tell you
With
what,
another, I guess 2 quarterback running them now.
yeah.
I don't know what whatever their RPI math is. I get fussed at for this all the time, but you know.
And Irwin, I tell you what,
Terry.
they have definitely in the 5 spot they've overachieved. I won't say overachieved, but they've surprised a lot of people. It was the talk up there at the beginning of the season was they're not going to be nearly as explosive or successful.
What kind of phone calls are the people of the state going to get from Robinson, Hickory, and Dudley when AC Reynolds is sitting above them with 3 losses?
Yeah.
What my answer is? What kind of calls and what kind of answers are you going to give them? Why that's like that?
Well, I wonder where Ashbrook was.
If I'm the defending state champions and I'm number 7? Come on.
It goes to opponent's winning percentage. You know,
I don't
Hickory's
care.
only 41.
They got to be something else involved in here. People don't go watch. No, because we're out in California doing this. Do you ever come around here and watch these teams play?
So
Or South
AC
Carolina.
Reynolds started off 1-3.
Yeah.
Lost to East and West Forsyth and Watauga.
Oh, a big showdown next week. Look who
Irwin.
they play.
Irwin.
They play
Irwin
my
next.
they play my alma mater.
Is North Buncombe 3A?
I believe so. Unless they've changed classification.
I was about to look that up.
Everybody in Buncombe
They probably
County
is.
was 3A for years except for Reynolds. Reynolds used to be 4A, and Owen was 2A.
So for you folks wondering where your 3A schools are in the not the power poll, the RPI. Let's see. You got Hickory at 7, Kings Mountain 8, Statesville 10, Ashbrook 13 in the 3A. Of course, top 16 will get first round home games. Looking for road games to be Lake Norman Charter, East Lincoln, Huss at 26, North Iredell squeaking in at 30. Teams on the outside looking in from around here: St. Stephen's, Farsi, North Gaston, and some of those teams. Looking over at Ford, of course, obviously. Over at the 2A, Reidsville's 1, Shelby 2. Burns is down at 13, Tom. Looking like you're going to squeak in for a home game. We've talked about where Lincoln might end up. They're at 15 there, Terry. Bunker Hill all the way up at 6 in the RPI.
Lincoln was thinking with the win last night, if Bunker got beat, they would probably be the number 10, you know, and then since Bunker come back and won, then Bunker got a little bit of heads up there.
East Rutherford on the line there with Community School of Davidson, 16-17. East Rutherford, of course.
Can you scroll that up, Kevin?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So away teams right now, according to the RPIs, East Rutherford at 17 is the first team on the road at 16, Community School of Davidson. You got Maiden at 19, Hendersonville Bandies of West Lincoln at 24, 25, and 26. East Gaston squeaking in at 31. On the outside looking in is the RS Central Hilltoppers. Doesn't look like they're going to make it in. Newton Conover, Pine Lake Prep, East Burke, some of the other teams in the 2A. Over in the 1A, Mount Airy is your number 1 team. The Granite Bears at 10-0. Corvion in our poll is at number 6 at 10-0. Cherokee's in there at 11. Bessemer City is at 13. Cherryville is at 26. Highland Tech at 28. Thomas Jefferson at 31 for you folks, with Polk County on the outside looking in. With only 32 teams, 36 in the West, 32 get in.
And it's pretty sad when I become an Alexander Central fan, because I need them to win to increase the opponent's winning percentage to try to help Burns get a home game. It's kind of silly.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's what we're doing.
Correct. Yep, that's exactly.
It's like watching fantasy football and one of your fantasy players is playing your favorite team or something.
It is. It's one of those. It's just one of those weird things where what Alexander Central does against a South Caldwell should not really have that great an impact on Burns, but it does. Once you play them, once you beat somebody, you become their biggest fan. You want them to win out once you beat them.
Yeah.
All right, folks. I'm going to try to do this. Terry, I'm going to go 1 through 10 in order, and then we got to get to a break. I've got Hickory at number 1 in the power poll with 30 power points. Number 2 with a tiebreaker over Statesville will be the North Lincoln Knights at 24 power points. Number 3 is Statesville with 25, but they lose the tiebreaker because North Lincoln beat them. At number 4, the Corvion Cardinals stay at number 4. Number 5, the Ashbrook Green Wave jump up to number 5. Number 6, South Point Red Raiders with 19 power points. Ashbrook and Corvion got 20. Number 7, 8, and 9, and I got to remember who all beat who, is Crest, Kings Mountain, and then and East Lincoln. So I can figure out the math later on that. It looks like Crest 7 and 2, East Lincoln 7. It'd be who won Kings Mountain Crest game?
Kings Mountain beat them last night.
So Kings Mountain, not last night. Yeah, they did. So Kings Mountain will be the first in that group, Terry. Then East Lincoln, and then Crest. It says that 9, Terry.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 10 will be the Shelby Golden Lions. Welcome to the top 10. All right, that's it. We'll be back in just a few minutes. We got NASCAR racing and more. KDCBroadcasting.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, North Carolina Commissioner of Insurance, Mike Causey.
This election has been anything but normal. Hurricane Helene has upended this election. Never before have I seen this scope of damage, destruction, and devastation. Because of the storm, I have not been out campaigning. This isn't the time for politics. I've been in Western North Carolina helping families put together their lives and make sure they get the assistance and services they need. I want to thank the first responders, emergency management teams, and volunteers helping clean up and restore some order for our communities. My focus has been helping people, and that will remain my priority. It's been an honor to serve our state as Commissioner of Insurance, and with your support, I will continue serving you. Paid for by Mike Causey Campaign.
The NASCAR Cup Series.
It is time to determine who will be racing for a championship next week.
Heads back to the paperclip, Martinsville Speedway.
Trouble back straightaway, lap cars tangle right in front of Denny Hamlin.
To decide who will race for a championship in Phoenix.
Ryan Blaney and Team Penske, part of the Championship 4 at Phoenix.
It's the Xfinity 500.
Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock on Carolina Country WCSL. 92.9 FM, 1590 AM, online at KDCBroadcasting.com.
Hey, I'm Cody Martin, here Charlotte Hornets basketball on Carolina Country, WCSL 92.9 FM and 1590 AM, and online at KTCBroadcasting.com.
Putnam Distributors in Patterson Springs wants to take this time to thank our veterans for all their sacrifices and bravery. You have set an example for all of us. We honor our veterans past and present. And special salutes to Jim Putnam, Harris Putnam, Howard Scruggs, and Richard Blanton of the U.S. Army, and Don Sprasansky of the Army Reserves. This memorial salute from Putnam Distributors, 1626 Peterson Drive in Patterson Springs. Online at PutnamDistributors.com. Call 704-487-9395. Dellinger Electric in Cherryville wants to honor our servicemen and women every day, not just Veterans Day. We appreciate everything you did to keep our country free. We honor the soldiers and sailors everywhere who bravely fought for our country's cause. And a special veteran salute goes out to Gene Dellinger, who served in the U.S. Army in the Korean War. This veteran salute is brought to you by Dellinger's Electric, 300 West Main Street in Cherryville. Online at Dellinger'sElectricLLC.net. Like them on Facebook, too. Our individual faith and freedom can keep us free. This Veterans Day salute has been brought to you by the City of Kings Mountain. Americans never quit. America's veterans embody the ideals upon which America was founded more than 230 years ago. Some people live an entire lifetime and wonder if they have ever made a difference in the world. Veterans have lived the meaning of the land of the free and the home of the brave. This Veterans Day salute is brought to you by everyone at the City of Kings Mountain.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Out with Kevin and the gang. They're going to be talking some more sports. I don't know which.
I love it. I love it. JP, thanks for the intro, buddy.
Oh, you're welcome.
Good morning.
Good night, everybody in America.
Morning. Good morning.
It's morning in America.
Depends when you went to bed. NASCAR.
That's right.
All right, Terry. How'd you like the race last week?
I hate every race right now. Until Kyle Busch gets up there and wins one.
Hey, but this is last week made things interesting because the big battle with the France family. Jordan, he's got a guy in the finals. Reddick might bring Jordan the
Reddick's
title.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
He's decent.
Well, he's peaking at the right time, and if he win, how will that look for NASCAR if a Jordan-owned team wins the championship?
Wrong.
Going
That's not gonna happen.
going into the off season, and when they have the
Joey Logano's down there.
Well,
I don't like him neither.
I don't like him neither. I don't like that boy. I like Kyle Busch. That's what I like. What a fan over here. What a NASCAR fan. I'll tell you, man.
I praised the guy last week, Tom.
You're like Carolina football fans who leave in the third quarter. It's like, oh, well, we're not winning. I hate this. I'm not going. If your man's not winning, you don't have interest in it. You're not really a NASCAR fan.
I do watch it. And I'm pulling for Kyle Busch, but my God, he's racing this, clunker car that he's getting.
Oh, it's the car. It's the car.
You know?
It can't be him. It can't be that he just sucks. It's the car.
No, it's not.
It's
nothing to do with that. This guy's won 63 races.
It's the crew chief, Kevin. It's the crew chief. If the crew chief knew when to change tires, he'd win every race.
I was told once Jimmy Johnson switched cars that he was a terrible driver. So I got to go with Tom on this.
there is something to be said about cars.
I was told.
As Robert Duvall says in Days of Thunder, there ain't nothing stock about a stock car.
That's back when you could cheat, though. You can't. It's harder to cheat now. I will say that.
You remember Tim Richmond's crew chief, Harry Hogg?
Yeah.
They talk about that they would set the car up like a quarter of an inch lower than they were supposed to for just to get that advantage. A quarter of an inch will make a big difference for a car. But then when they're doing inspection, he would just stand beside the car and he said, I just stick my foot underneath one of the tires and stick it. And he said, and that would help. It's just little things like that. The Robert Duvall character in Days of Thunder is based off of that crew chief. Just little things like that. It was hilarious.
So Reddick won Sunday. That puts him and Logano as finalists in the final four. Terry, I guess 2 more spots available. We're going to Martinsville.
Yep, the winner of this one
This
is in the
weekend?
highest points.
Mm-hmm.
So Martinsville would be one of the tracks that y'all complain about because if you get the pole, then you get out there, you're out front.
It all depends on there.
I think a lot of it's a combination of it's not just the track, but it's this car.
Yeah,
this COT just is not as competitive.
Horsepower.
No, yeah,
horsepower. You gotta be able to pass somebody.
This race right here should be Talladega.
I know, dude.
To make the championship.
I know. It should be an accident on who
It
makes the
should
championship
be
this
where
week.
you have to watch everything that you're doing, plus stay out of trouble for you to make it. That's what racing's about.
Yeah.
How many bootleggers drafted? Terry?
Do what?
How many bootleggers
drafted?
Yeah, while bootlegging.
I can answer that. I know at least one. Actually,
while bootlegging.
That's
not driving.
No, that's where Junior Johnson learned the ability to draft was bootlegging behind the 18-wheelers or cars when he was going down the road. He realized he didn't have to be on the gas as much behind them when they were cutting the wind for him. That's where the art of drafting in NASCAR was developed.
How fast was he going?
Probably about 45.
Okay. So again,
he also understood them big cars would keep him
but
away
the
from
principle's
the
still
people
the
after
same.
him.
If you ever want to know, and I think we've talked about it, if you ever want to know what it feels like to draft,
hold on, y'all. Well, just
uh-oh.
What is this?
He may have tinkled a little bit.
He's got a little weak amount.
You have to do something more.
Don't test him.
Stoic, JP. Stoic.
But
JP, I wouldn't poke the bear.
Yeah, that'd be careful. Or the werewolf.
No, I wouldn't poke the bear either, but I'm still, I mean, that did freak me out a little bit, but it didn't scare me.
I wouldn't poke the werewolf.
Scare me.
Is there a difference between being freaked out and scared?
Yes.
Okay. All right. But no, if you ever want to know the sensation of drafting, just roll your window down when you're going down the road, put your hand out, and then put it behind the rear view mirror. Or the side view mirror. That'll give you the concept of how drafting works.
Don't put your hand out. Put your head out with your tongue.
Yeah, be a dog.
I'd like to be able to hang on to my head, though.
Try it. It's fun. All right, Terry, Martinsville, who you got a favorite winner? You got a pick?
This is tough.
Let me find the
Martin Truex.
Truex has won 3 out of the past 10. William Byron won early in the spring. Ryan Blaney is the defending champ for this race, Xfinity last year. Kyle Larson won in the spring last year. Looking at the odds, actually, we've got 2 favorites based on betting odds: Larson and Denny Hamlin, both at 4-1. Ryan Blaney's 11-2. William Byron 15-2, and Chase Elliott's 15-2. What's up with Chase Elliott?
I don't know. My deal is this: so when we get to these races. And you're not one of the 8 cars that's left.
Yeah.
Do you just sit back and let everybody else get ahead of you?
I'm just curious about this. Like, is your competitive juices, or is NASCAR instructing
I don't know. Yeah, that's how I'm looking at it.
Like NASCAR. Well, and to your point about Reddick, and I've made this point, or I brought this up jokingly that he's Jordan's golden knight right now for this. You don't think NASCAR, we know how they operate. You don't think NASCAR is going to do, his car is going to have, quote unquote, some trouble come Phoenix?
Yeah.
They're not going, there's no way they're going to let that car win a championship. There's no way.
I think you're going to see a
conspiracy theory.
I think you're going to see
it's not a conspiracy theory. It's how NASCAR works.
I think you'll see a Hendricks car spin out Reddick.
Or something.
In the championship.
Yep.
So championship's 2 weeks?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Going to Martinsville this week? Well, I was trying to show the odds for Tom. There you go. There's your Martin Truex pick. 8th best odds there, Terry. So you're in the neighborhood. Keselowski, Wallace, Reddick there is like 12th in the odds. It don't matter. He's in. He don't have to do anything but
or Kyle
not
Busch.
wreck his car. Kyle Busch.
30-1. He and Ross Chastain, your boy.
16, yeah, about 16.
That fits.
They'll both tie about. They'll finish about 15th or 16th there, Terry. All right, we're gonna take a break. We come back. We got World Series to finish up and cover.
Oh gosh,
and we'll be back here on that and more. KDCBroadcasting.com.
I'm Calvin Hastings, and I want to invite you to join myself along with Captain Ron as we broadcast live this Saturday, November 2nd, during the grand opening of the Green Leaf Relief. Now open at 2264 Lincoln Highway, 150 East in Cherryville. We'll be there from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with free Dairy Queen hot dogs, chips, and soft drinks. Plus register to win some great prizes. See Large Marge, the Pink Cadillac, the Green Machine, and the Patriotic Floppy Man. And check out the new Green Leaf Relief, this area's new CBD store with natural pain relief, including CBD gummies, hemp flower, and Jeff's Wonder Cream. Find out how it all started with a dream and some cream, plus CBD for pets. Locally veteran-owned and operated by Jeff, Pizza Paul, Sunshine, and Jordan. Ask about 10% discounts for veterans and 10% discounts during Hippie Hour every day from 4:20 to 5:20. Plan now to be there for the grand opening of the Green Leaf Relief. Now open at 2264 Lincoln and Highway 150 East in Cherryville, right across from Ace Hardware. Online at tglr.net. Like them on Facebook too.
For all of your printing needs, see Modern Printing of Cherryville. Get your full-color business cards at Modern Printing of Cherryville, along with your full-color brochures. Get multicolor letterhead and multicolor envelopes. Just call 704-435-6112 or email at modern_printing@ymail.com. Modern Printing, located 902 East Main Street, Cherryville. Open Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. till 4:30 p.m. That's Modern Printing of Cherryville.
For over 60 years, Honda Motorcycles of Shelby has been serving this area, and they continue to do so today. Right now, you'll find a good inventory of dirt bikes, plus 150 and up to 450 models of on- and off-road bikes. See the new 2024 Honda Rebel, along with 4x4 ATVs and side-by-sides, including the Pioneer and the Talon, plus Gold Wings and Trikes. And don't forget about their parts and service department. That's Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, 4402 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at HondaMotorcyclesofShelby.com. Oak Grove Auto Sales, Service, and Body Shop is hiring. They have job positions for mechanics, lube technicians, and detail and maintenance positions. Just apply at the office and check out the great vehicles on the lot this week, including a 2016 Acura MDX for $15,495, a 2012 Honda Odyssey EX priced at $12,495, and a 2013 Scion XD sale priced at $84,995. Oak Grove Auto Sales, Service, and Body Shop, 522 Oak Grove Road, Kings Mountain. Online at oakgroveauto.com. Like them on Facebook too. On this Veterans Day, let us remember the service of our veterans, and let us remember our national promise to fulfill our sacred obligations to our veterans and their families who have sacrificed so much so that we can live free. To those in uniform, police, fire, Army, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, serving today, and to those who have served in the past, we honor you today and thank God for your service today. The willingness of America's veterans to sacrifice for our country has earned them our lasting gratitude. At this time, Acre Carports in Cherryville and our community would like to honor all who served and sacrificed for our country and family, and especially our local resident, Jesse Hugh Acre, who served in the Navy from 1953 to 1957 in the Korean War. This veteran salute is from Acre Carports, 1220 Shelby Highway, 150 West in Cherryville, right across from Food Line. Our individual faith and freedom can keep us free. This Veterans Day salute is being brought to you by the City of Kings Mountain. Americans never quit. America's veterans embody the ideals upon which America was founded more than 230 years ago. Some people live an entire lifetime and wonder if they have ever made a difference in the world. Veterans have lived the meaning of the land of the free and the home of the brave. This Veterans Day salute is brought to you by everyone at the City of Kings Mountain.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang.
And good morning, everybody. Breakfast brought to you by McDonald's of Cherryville. We had enjoyed our breakfast already. We're going to go over to, we've had our NASCAR high school football. It's time to check in on some baseball.
Oh, gosh.
Now, this is interesting, flipping through my Twitter feed. And this Twitter feed is called Baseball's Greatest Moments. And they just tweet a bunch of baseball stuff. And it says, these players dared their coach to do the drum solo from Phil Collins in the air tonight. Chip, was you at this game?
I don't think so.
I think you might have been. Where's this game at?
That's Keeter Stadium, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Now, that looks like Shelby Post 82 coach. Is that Chris Emery right there, Tom?
Chris Emery wouldn't do
No,
that.
not
across
anymore.
from yeah.
So, I don't know what year this was, is what I'm saying. I can't remember if that's Charlie or Chris. I can't because it's blurry. But this is Shelby Keeter Stadium.
That's Chris Emery. You can tell because he's
that's what I'm saying. It looks
he's taller than everybody else.
Right. So baseball's greatest moments, and there's a piece of Shelby right there. Is they tweeted. They didn't say where it was from or whatever, but I think
That's hilarious.
For some reason I remember that. I don't know if I was there. Oh, Jose Canseco wishes everybody happy Halloween, except one guy.
I mean, why doesn't he get over it though? I mean,
At this point, he's got to get him as much mileage as he can.
He tries to troll him, but it doesn't really work.
Tom, that tweet got 100,000 views. He probably made a little money on that.
I guess so.
That's all he did. That's all he had to do was wake up this morning and type "Happy Halloween" to everyone except one guy, and that made him some money.
Yeah. That's why he's doing it. I need to get with Zach. Zach said he has that book, Canseco's book. I still want to read that.
Tom gave it to me.
I gave him that. Where's the Canseco action figure? I know I found one of those somewhere.
He's in here somewhere too.
He's getting drug tested as we speak right now.
He's right here in the corner. Behind me. He's right here behind my head.
I found him. I'm like,
so you
I
got
have
two books.
He wrote 2 books.
Well, I gave you one too.
You're the one that gave me the book. Never mind.
Oh,
then Tom didn't give me the book.
Dang, man.
Well, Tom didn't take credit for it when I said it, so I guess Terry was right. Oh. All right, here you go, Chip.
Yep.
You guys out hit the Dodgers.
Not enough.
And lost.
First 4 innings of Game 5 showed exactly why we were there. The 5th inning showed why we didn't deserve to win. I tell you what,
y'all had better average runners in scoring position, more home runs, better batting average, one less run, and lost 4 of 5.
All right.
Because every single one of those, all 5 of those runs in the 5th inning, Tom, unearned for Garrett Cole.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's just
all of them.
And I tell you what,
But I want to tell you something else. And I don't mean to be harsh, and I don't mean to
please,
be mean.
good gosh, please.
This is just who I am. When there's a ball hit to your first baseman, and you're the pitcher,
you go to first.
Plain out.
I don't
simple,
care how much money you're making.
Do not come back on television saying, well, the ball was spinning different. I'm not. No, bullcrap. I don't even want to hear that. You cover first base.
This is where, Tom, I've tried to defend Boone. I'm not to the point I thought that Boone was a bad coach until the errors of this team became glaringly apparent in that 5th inning.
You know how I know he's a bad coach?
Feed me.
He spends too much time yelling at umpires.
Okay, well, and the lack of fundamentals of this team. I was talking about it last night. They need a Joe Girardi type manager who's going to get them back into boot camp and spring training, get them prepared, and do the little things. The little things add up to the big things.
Whatever level baseball you watch.
Yeah. Well, but then the problem I had with it is he was almost blaming Rizzo. Yeah. I mean, he pointed at first like you go, and I'm like,
Rizzo's got a Gold Glove, dude.
Yeah. I mean, my whole deal is I was so mad. I mean, I like Cole. I'm like, you're a great pitcher, but your cardinal sin is you're the one that's got to go cover for
Well, he just finished his 5th season with the Yankees. He's 34 next year. He's got 4 more years on his contract, maybe 5 depending on how he opts in or opts out. They have just wasted, in the context of the Yankees and their expectations, they've just wasted his best 5 years for them because it's downhill from here for him. I mean, he's already losing some velocity off of his fastball. He had the issue with the elbow, and so and Steinbrenner said when they signed him, what is a successful outcome for this contract? And he said multiple championships. Okay, well, you're halfway through and you have none to speak of. The team, I mean, Rizzo's not coming back this year. I seriously doubt they pick up his option. He's not been as offensively potent as he was with the Cubs.
No.
Verdugo won't be back. Dominguez is going to be the left fielder next year. And obviously, the big question is, and this is the big question for free agency and all of baseball, is where's Soto going to go? And nobody knows. He is going to be probably the most coveted free agent because of his age. He's still got a lot of prime left. He's only 26. He's got a lot of prime. He's going to have a huge asking price. Scott Boras is his agent. So
why would the Yankees not just re-sign him? They got the deepest pockets in baseball.
Not anymore. The Mets. The argument is that Steve Cohen and the Mets, they've got the deepest pockets.
Yeah.
The Mets and the Dodgers are going to prove how Steinbrenner wrong. Steinbrenner has consistently been saying for years, we don't need a $300 million payroll to compete. You're in one of the most expensive cities in the country. So you're going to have to pay a premium for your players. The players that sign with you know that you've got deep pockets, so you're going to have to pay above and beyond what other teams are. So, yeah, at this point, if you just proved to yourself, you traded the house to get this guy to have the lineup you wanted. You've got the best pitcher in baseball. You have the best hitter in baseball who honestly didn't show up. You've got one of the best left-handed hitters in baseball on this team. You sold out for this year. And you didn't fall. You got to the World Series, but you still showed you could not finish this off. So the argument that a $300 million team can't compete in New York, I don't know. I don't know if that's the case anymore.
Well, I would say they would have a decent shot at re-signing Soto. I mean, a decent shot anyway.
There's only so many teams
that can
do it. Put that much money into it.
Is he going to Kansas City? Is he going to Cleveland? He would like triple the payroll.
Yeah,
one player would triple the payroll.
I was just listening to this. Like, this is the most ridiculous conversation I've ever heard. Chip's losing his mind. He's got 26 championships, and we're worried about.
But you say that like
Soto
I don't.
Is going. Terry,
he's got 27.
Terry, is he going to sign with y'all?
No.
Are y'all going to win the World Series next year?
We have a chance of being there, but I don't know whether we can win it.
I didn't watch a single Cardinals pitch this year. Didn't watch a single pitch.
But you say
no. Let me ask you, Chip. Could you do that? Could you go a whole year without watching the Yankees? Could you go into the year knowing your team has no chance to win? knowing you have no chance to even make the playoffs,
hard.
and you're losing your mind over losing a World Series when you've been in 75 of them. But like tomorrow, you'll eat your breakfast, you'll poop, and everything will be okay.
But you're saying that like I still don't have a right to root for my team when they get to that
I'm
point.
saying you can root for them,
Not
but
Kevin.
you shouldn't be upset and lose your mind. At this
I'm not
point,
losing my mind. I'm
at
just
this
making a
You should
point.
be able to sit back, drink some wine, and be like, y'all,
Kevin,
in the next few years, we're going to be in the World Series anyway.
That's not necessarily true. He might poop, then eat breakfast.
Okay.
Fair, yes.
but what I'm saying is like Tom's not losing his mind because the Indians didn't make the World Series this year,
And I'm not
the
gonna-
Yankees fans are like, oh my gosh, we gotta fire everyone because we made the World Series.
Did I say we fire everybody?
Kevin, this is across.
That's one.
This is across sports because all you hear is if I know we're not doing college football. It's the same thing.
It
with
is in
Ohio
college,
State.
yes.
Oh, if Ryan Day loses this game, let's fire him. Let's get rid of the whole staff and get. It's so like fans are so stupid.
Carolina's
They're
got Mac
so
Brown
dumb.
running out there,
They're so
his
dumb.
corpse running out there.
Like, you lost the biggest game against the best team. You're tired.
fired.
We're fired. We're getting somebody else. Somebody else can do it. It is just nuts.
But
Can you not be happy with making the World Series and not winning it?
I would have been. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, I don't blame him for that now.
But that's I mean,
I do not blame him for that.
what team?
Terry, are you happy for your team's year this year?
Well, Kansas City?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tom, are you
Yes.
happy for your team
we
this
had a
year?
good year.
What about Chip? Are you beat both of them and went past them?
Yeah.
Are you happy with your team's year?
No.
You know that, but being a Yankees fan, you know that's it. And to be fair, y'all talk about a big money market team. If you're going to put that money into it, you respect results.
Haven't they won one
somebody's gotta lose.
championship in the last 30 years?
Yes. No, right, last 20.
So, like, why do you expect to win? You're like a Dallas Cowboys fan. I mean, why do you expect to win the championship every year when that doesn't happen?
Because he is
I just
like
don't understand.
the Dallas Cowboys. Every time
It
the
is.
Yankees
It
put
is.
a team out there,
I don't
they
understand.
expect
But
to
you-
win the World Series.
And y'all have made the argument, and we made the argument. Y'all made the argument last week. This is not due to the lack of a salary cap. This is not an even sport. If you're going to put this much money in, you expect
All right,
results.
I got a question for Chip. Watch this.
Here we go.
Chip, would you be in favor of a salary cap at
Yes.
$125 million?
Yes, I
You're
would.
so lying through your teeth.
No.
Because they damn sure would never win anything ever again.
That's not true.
Yeah, no, they won't.
That's not true at that point because the Yankees still have the advantage of their tradition and history to be a recruiting tool.
Oh, no. Wait a minute.
You can't
No,
go
no, no,
get
wait, no,
anybody.
No. Terry's right on this. Chip. Right now, who's signing with the St. Louis Cardinals? Who? You talk tradition.
Yeah.
We're number 2 in everything.
Yeah.
So tradition don't mean crap if you don't have $300 million. Who's going to say, okay,
That's the Cardinals,
wait,
though.
No. Let's say 30. See, that's 30. Well, the second most successful franchise in baseball.
Second.
Exactly. So if you're in free agent and the Marlins can offer $25 million and the Yankees offer $25 million, who's going to live in New York?
Well,
And all things being equal, you don't want a salary cap, and y'all know it, and that's why the things are the way they are.
no, I would advocate for a salary cap for the parity in the sport. I would, even knowing that takes away one of the competitive advantages for my franchise.
That's like Ohio
Chip-
State saying, "Let's get rid of NIL money."
That would be the Buffalo Bills of baseball if there's a salary cap, because nobody's going to New York. Nobody's going to Boston.
Yeah.
Chip, how old are you?
42.
Okay, you're 42. How many championships have they won in your 42 years?
Let's see, 96, 98, 99,
Because
2000,
most of your championships are way back in the 20s,
Yeah.
30s, and 40s.
Okay.
I mean, it's Dallas. I mean, that's like mine. I have seen every Super Bowl Dallas has ever played in.
But
it's 5.
But I want to go back to Boone here for a second too. I mean, Tom made the argument. He thinks there's issues with Boone's managerial style. You would think, and the thing is, and to be fair to Boone, to be devil's advocate with myself, he's never going. He can't win in this scenario.
I'm not saying he's not Jack.
Even if he wins the World Series, it's going to be because of the salary. It's never going. Any Yankees manager, it's never going to be because of their ability. It's going to be because they were able to put the money into the roster.
Boone reminds me of like when watching him manage. He's like travel ball daddy. There's actually there's actually like a YouTube channel where these New York hucksters get on there and they read Boone's lips when he's cussing out the umpire. And they make a whole show out of it. You know, like they
bad lip reading.
No, I can't remember what the name of the show is, but it's New York. You know how the New York guys are. But they think this is great. It's like you pay more attention to that, and then you got a pitcher doesn't know how to cover first base.
Well, it's like you got.
So
this,
I mean, it's just like, what are your priorities here, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, and I know I'm a little biased because I'm on the officiating side, and sometimes we do a bad job.
But it's a fair
sometimes we deserve
point.
it. But he just, when I see him, it's like travel ball daddy out there coaching the New York Yankees.
And you've got these people in New York that are rooting for or standing up for these two knuckleheads who tried to rip the ball out of Mookie Betts' glove. That is horse hockey.
When I saw that, I was absolutely disgusted.
Yeah.
That, look, dude, I'm sorry that you were a high school loser who none of the girls wanted to go out with you. I'm sorry that you have to do something like this to prove you're a man and rip the ball out of it. That is so just beyond.
I didn't see it live. Or
I did.
It's bad. It's horrible.
Did the player come into the stands?
No.
He went into their territory.
Thank you. They didn't do nothing wrong.
Kevin.
And I want to tell you something.
They didn't do nothing
if
wrong.
It was
I bought this square ticket for $5,000. This dude's in my space. I'm taking the ball.
Yeah. Even the one guy was even saying, this is our space.
Right. Stay on the field.
Integrity.
Stay on the field.
Integrity.
Put a net up. There's a net up in St. Louis.
I agree with all that.
Where's y'all's net up? Why was there no net?
How far down the line was it?
Because it's professional baseball. You're not going to look through a net when you paid $5,000 to watch the game.
In St. Louis, the net runs from all the way down to the end. Pole to
All the way
the
to
end.
the-
There
to
is
the
no. You
foul pole.
can't touch the field in St. Louis.
They didn't touch the field. They reached over into
so
his
they
space.
came into the field. Okay, yeah. So they didn't do anything.
They
wrong.
reached into the sand to make the catch, and then them guys was holding his hand trying to pull the ball out of it.
Yeah.
Man, what if they hurt the guy?
Oh, poor guy. Stay out of the stands. That's the mouse in the palace. Ron Artest don't go in the stands. I thought we did this already.
Well, I'm going to tell you, when they cut
I thought we've already done this. Don't go in the stands.
So you're defending.
He wasn't in the stands.
So you're defending Bartman.
Where's the
His
hand?
hand was in the stands.
You got all kinds of clips of duckies and bunnies and all this other stuff. You don't have a clip of this?
So
Pull
you're
the clip up.
You're
Pull the
defending
clip
Bartman.
up.
You think Bartman?
He loves to do this.
Bartman was he over
pull
the
the
edge?
clip
No,
up.
Moises Alou was reaching for the.
Then Bartman's cool.
Oh,
Bartman is not cool.
Real quick,
Where's
I
it?
don't have the numbers for the other ones, but how about Japan had more World Series viewers than America did, and we got way more people.
wow.
And Japan's dying out. They say by 2134
Yeah.
there'll be no more Japanese.
So basically, every man in Japan watched the World Series.
Everybody talks about population problem. That's not really.
Hey, when Japan's empty, we'll just colonize it.
So
Watch
I'm glad you got to this because
Here we go.
Yeah,
Come on, Terry.
I know it because I'm glad you got to all this. Here's my deal. When we go back and we're talking about our two MVPs,
Oh yeah.
that's what they are.
Yeah.
MVPs, Aaron Judge, Ohtani. Oh, great job, guys. But Aaron Judge, 4 for 18, 222, 4 hits, 1 home run, 2 RBIs.
He was better than his team average.
Ohtani, 2 for 19,
He was
2
hurt.
hits. So he gets hurt? Oh, that's normal, is it right? That happens every year.
He's got a point.
Thank you, Tom.
He's got a point.
I appreciate you getting right in there with me.
He's hurt.
But here's the deal. If you want to be a Babe Ruth,
He's not out of line on that. He's not out of line on that, Kevin. I'm sorry. Look where his glove is when he's trying to get that ball.
I see where his gloves now.
That's after the fact. The fans grabbing the glove at this point.
I think y'all are being weird on this one. Like, don't go in the stands.
I think you're being.
You can't. If you go in the stands, you can expect anything.
This is not gladiators, man. Look
Get
right
out
No,
of the
it's not.
stands.
He's over the wall, Kevin.
Who is?
The
Mookie
fan
Betts
is over the wall. He's
I'm a
over
biased Yankee
the
fan, and
wall.
I'm telling you that's out of line. They barred those two guys from the next game. They should be barred from Yankee
what do you
Stadium.
mean? They did borrow them from the next game, but at the start, they was almost ready to let them come back.
Yeah, that's
It come up where they was almost ready, but then when the Major
They're
League
over
Baseball got
the wall.
involved,
there you go. Now here we go.
that's when
over.
it was over.
No, that's terrible. Look at that. Look
Now
at that.
that let go. Let
Look
go.
at that jerk.
Let go.
He is a. I want to punch that guy in the face.
Both of them are out of line.
And I hate both these teams.
And you hear me talking, don't you?
That's just terrible.
If you
That's
don't,
terrible.
I'll put it this way: that wouldn't happen in St. Louis because there's a net there. I'm just telling you. I don't know about any other ballpark.
There might be a net there
I know
next
for
year.
a fact there's a net right there.
There's
in
probably
St.
a
Louis.
net there next
If
year.
you don't want to involve with the fans, put a net or a space there, or put a fence there. But don't let the fans be able to hang over it, then complain about the fans in contact.
Whatever.
I'm just saying, there's precautions to this.
There's a way to fix it. I mean, Kevin's being practical. I'll give him that.
Don't put your hand in the stands. He could have let it go foul. He didn't have to catch that ball.
Judge can still. He's got plenty of time in his career to change the narrative. But right now, I call him the Peyton Manning of baseball.
They're both terrible.
He's the best regular season hitter.
Y'all can come in here every year, and they're both terrible.
This is one of my favorite Twitter feeds. Is that they take like sports things and they go to old paintings and they find comparisons.
I don't think it's right, but that's funny.
This is the angel restraining Abraham from sacrificing Isaac by Jacob Francois, 1616.
Look at that look at the smile on that turd's face. Look at the smile on that turd's face. What a turd.
It's a foul ball.
It's a turd.
It ain't a home run. We're going to get a foul ball. Y'all, oh my God.
I think even JP like that.
No,
one.
I tell you what, if this was the Florida Marlins and the Texas Rangers, nobody would give a one rat's behind about it. But we're talking about it because the New York guy did it, as always. Because the New York guy.
I should ban for life. You can't come back to any Yankees games ever again.
I don't think that should be welcome in any major league ballpark. So. And I'll say, and if the Yankees don't sign Soto,
can they sit on the second row?
Put it back.
Your man.
You can. If the Yankees do not re-sign Soto this year, they're gonna regress.
So I'm just supposed to sit there. I'm gonna get this as a fan. Put my hands on my knees and let this grown man run into me with his glove and smack me in the chest with the glove and the ball, and let the ball land in my.
Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Just don't be a douchebag.
We'll be back in a minute. KDCBroadcasting.com.
I'm Calvin Hastings, and I want to invite you to join myself along with Captain Ron as we broadcast live this Saturday, November 2nd, during the grand opening of the Green Leaf Relief. Now open at 2264 Lincoln Highway, 150 East in Cherryville. We'll be there from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with free Dairy Queen hot dogs, chips, and soft drinks. Plus, register to win some great prizes. See Large Marge, the Pink Cadillac, the Green Machine, and the Patriotic Floppy Man. And check out the new Green Leaf Relief, this area's new CBD store with natural pain relief, including CBD gummies, hemp flower, and Jeff's Wonder Cream. Find out how it all started with a dream and some cream, plus CBD for pets. Locally veteran-owned and operated by Jeff, Pizza Paul, Sunshine, and Jordan. Ask about 10% discounts for veterans and 10% discounts during Hippie Hour every day from 4:20 to 5:20. Plan now to be there for the grand opening of the Green Leaf Relief. Now open at 2264 Lincoln Highway 150 East in Cherryville, right across from Ace Hardware. Online at tglr.net. Like them on Facebook too. Now is the best time ever to buy an Empire gas log from Today's Pro in Shelby. All display models have been discounted. There's a great selection to choose from. Check out the displays today, all on sale. And it's the end of the pool season. Save up to 50% on remaining pool supplies in stock. And remember, Today's Pro in Shelby for appliance pickup and delivery. See Today's Pro, 1325 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Like them on Facebook too. Grizzly the Greeter wants to take this time and say thank you to everyone who gave to the Hurricane Helene relief efforts, sponsored by Blessed Buildings and Tiny Homes in Cherryville. $50,000 worth of items were given, and we thank you. Also, they have 2 cottages and cabins available for emergency housing. And for a family in need, they will build at cost to help out. And right now, all remaining play sets are 30% off. Buy now for Christmas. Blessed Buildings and Tiny Homes, Highway 150 East in Cherryville, right across from Ace Hardware. Online at blessedbuildings-tinyhomes.com. Rhodes & Bill Oil Company in Lincoln has been serving the Piedmont of North and South Carolina since 1919. Sure, they deliver to your home with home heating oils. They'll help keep you warm, but they do a whole lot more. They feature bulk fuel delivery, on-site and commercial fueling, backup generator fueling, and farm and agricultural fueling. For home or business or farms, call on Rhodes & Bill Oil Company in Lincoln, 704-735-2508. Online at rhodesandbill.com, located at 1404 East Main Street in Lincoln. Like them on Facebook too. First Federal Savings Bank wants to take this time to remember those who were called upon to give all a person can give. And we remember those who were prepared to make that sacrifice if it were demanded of them in the line of duty. We salute our veterans, past and present, men and women. This veteran salute is from everyone at First Federal Savings Bank, 320 East Main Street in Lincoln, 2763 Highway 27 East in Bossier City, 4461 Highway 27 West in Vail, and 3768 Highway 16 North in Denver. Online at ffsb-nc.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. TRT Trailer Sales in Lincoln takes this time to salute all of our veterans. We thank you for what you have done to keep our country free. We thank you for keeping us safe. You stepped up to protect our nation in times of war and plenty. You are owed so much. Thank you to all of our veterans, men and women, for all that you have done. This Veteran Salute is brought to you by TRT Trailer Sales, 3302 Gastonia Highway at the Highway 321 bypass in Lincoln. Family owned and operated since 1996. Online at trttrailersales.com.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports. Look at the game. They're talking some more baseball, looks like.
You know, just that we're talking about balls and strikes and the umpires. And my thing, the K, you cannot convince me that the K zone is accurate. That I don't think that they change it on every batter.
Well, look at the top of that square. To your point, that thing's the top of the square is at his belly button.
Let's see if I can find for the show to everybody online. Yeah. So my thing is, I don't think I guess that needs a refresh. I just don't think there's somebody in the booth of every ball game adjusting the up and down on the height of the strike zone. That K zone, I bet that little square is the same size on every batter and every pitcher. Well, look when he stood up.
I'm telling you, there you go. Look at that.
It's at his belt.
So when he walks in the batter's box, the umpire sees that the ball was caught at the catcher's chin. That's my thing. And this ain't a Yankees-Dodgers thing. This is the batter's thing. This is a Major League or all baseball umpires thing. And everybody's so basically there's this Twitter feed that's that and they analyze these umpires and they say this umpire missed 16 calls and this is one of his misses. And this is my point of the fact. And I got umps on here on the panel is that Terry ball right down the plate when he's standing up would touch his belly button.
That's what you go by. I don't care who you are. That's what you go by.
It don't matter what Bagwell does when he walks in the bat and squats down, does it? It's supposed to be, right?
It's like what he's doing right there.
Right.
There's my strike zone. I've already seen him.
I agree.
I do not care about anything else.
Tom, do you give Jeff Bagwell the 6-inch tall strike zone when he squats down like he's pooping to swing that
or
bat?
the Chuck Knobloch?
I mean, you guys are right. I mean, it's just this has ruined umpiring, the stupid box that they put on.
I agree.
I mean, the stupid box that they put on. Now, some guys, I could tell they're pretty accurate about calling strikes in the box, but sometimes I sit back and laugh. And I just say, okay, go ahead and put that box on there. Then when you got guys that can't pitch and the umpire can't adjust, y'all sit out there all day. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you what, whoever come up with this, and even the guy who says, well, he missed this one, bullcrap on you. This was right. Look at him now. There's your strike, and that is a strike.
The squares aren't right, and I don't think they adjust for every batter. I don't think they
that square's not tall enough.
And then they say the umpires missed the calls, and if I was the umpires, I'd sue them.
Plus, that's very close to being a square. The strike zone's not a square; it's a rectangle.
The thing about the thing about the strikes that has always got me. So Terry, if you have a play in football or basketball, it's either a foul or not, right?
Yeah.
You get 3 chances. So it's basically like, okay, you called the first foul on me. Okay, I got 2 more. Here's their strike 1. That's my okay. We all agree that's close. But you still got 2 more strikes in baseball. It's not like
if you keep fouling them off, you might get 10 pitches.
Right. It just blows my mind that the way people complain about balls and strikes and yells at the umpires. All right, that's just the pet peeve of the day on how they're doing those. Let's go over. We've got NBA has started up real quick.
Cavs 5-0. Did they win last night?
Yeah, they won.
6-0.
Mm-hmm.
6-0.
That don't mean nothing, Tom.
It don't mean nothing, boy.
It means something.
Nothing. You just won 6 games in a row. That don't mean. You're just dismissive of anything because it doesn't fit your narrative. We're ahead of Boston, who's lost a game,
good.
And it just bothers you at this
That's
point.
good.
Can we not just
best record in basketball?
Unbeaten.
You ain't going in that building.
You're not going unbeaten, Tom.
Oh, we're gonna go unbeaten, 82.
Even if y'all go unbeaten, that means we just come to Cleveland and beat you.
Whatever.
It's the top 10 in each conference makes the playoffs.
The top
the play-in
6
is
and then
the
the
bottom
7
four now.
is the
7, 8,
JV
9, 10.
tournament at 7 through 10.
Okay. Hey, well, right now the Hornets are eligible.
Yeah.
In all
With a losing record.
seriousness, this is all like, okay, you can't
look at it
you
until
can't
half the
right.
season gone.
I will agree with Terry there, but he just
But hey,
dismisses anything
but hey,
that anybody's done. You can't dismiss it. It's a good
I'm
sign.
great that y'all unbeaten,
that's
but I
6
mean,
games that they've won and not lost. I mean, that'll help pay dividends down the road.
Well, okay, when we get halfway through the season, we'll look at this again and we'll remember this day. And then when we're halfway
Well, let's
through
see who
the season,
stays healthy. Let's see if Allen and Mobley and
I
Garland
mean, we still
and
got
Mitchell
Porzingis that's not even playing.
And like
Yeah, what's his deal?
Hmm?
What's his deal?
I guess he's waiting for the playoffs.
Who's that?
Porzingis.
Is he hurt or holding out?
No, he's out. He's hurt.
That fracture, whatever they had in the
Is
finals.
he hurt or is he out? Terry said, no, he's daggum out.
No, holding out. I thought maybe it was
No.
or something.
Apparently, the fracture that he
I want to
is
see
a
that
freak.
on the list, though. He's just daggum out on the injury report. And see Stephen A. report that. Porzingis is just daggum out tonight.
Let me tell you about the injury report that I see on.
Well, I'm just very happy that Cleveland does have to be something to be happy about. You know, that the Browns have been so bad. So the Cavaliers and Indians doing well this
Guys,
year.
there's only 3 teams in the East over 500.
Yeah, the
Ladies,
East
I
is-
said that out loud. Really, there's only 3 teams.
They're garbage. Yeah,
in
they're
the
garbage.
Eastern
They're
Conference
garbage. Oh, my
over
gracious.
500.
They are garbage.
3 teams.
Yeah.
Boston and Cleveland and New York.
Boston played Charlotte last night, and they play them again today.
Yeah, Charlotte even the record at 2-2. Where are they now? They're 2 and 3.
3.
Okay.
Yes, they played Boston.
Did you
last
see
night.
Grant Williams, Terry?
Huh?
Did you see Grant Williams tackle Jason Tatum?
Goldberg, Jason
yeah.
Tatum.
Oh yeah. I mean, you know,
The Young
talking about
Thunder
the
5-0, huh?
All right.
Yep.
Tatum is getting all this love and everybody, and he's a great player. Don't get me wrong, but we talked about this last year. Do you think is Tatum a better player than Brown?
no, I think this year he's more motivated to be a better player than
Okay.
Brown.
Okay.
Since Brown won all the stuff that they could give away last year.
But I mean, in clutch time right now, though, if it who are you giving the ball to?
I'm giving it to Brown.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm still am. I mean,
I don't know about. I mean, and that's not. I'm not saying Tatum's not a phenomenal talent, but
Boston's just
Brown
a
is
dangerous
too.
team. They got too many people that can hurt you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just
But
Tatum.
they're
When Tatum is coming out. He's lighting it up.
But
right
they're
now.
a different team
He had
without
30-some
Porzingis.
against the Hornets last night. Which I mean, you're playing the Hornets. You should score.
They're
30-some.
not as bad this year, Terry.
Who?
The Hornets.
They're giving up the third most points in the NBA.
I didn't say they were good, Kevin. I said they weren't as bad.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
what I said.
They're
not
trending.
as bad.
They're trending in the right direction, right, Tom?
Right. They're
So
trending.
3 teams are giving up $120, and they're one of them.
The Charlotte.
So see, but that's what Kevin always does. If you say they're not as bad,
Yeah, but
Kevin
he's telling
translate
you
that
the
as they're going to
truth.
win the NBA Finals.
Kevin is telling you the truth.
The Charlotte.
I'm telling you the truth. They're not as bad as they were.
Okay, so you're dishing out false facts while Kevin's dishing out
A
facts.
false fact is an oxymoron. There's no such thing as a false fact. There's a false statement. Yeah, it's not. They are
fake news.
Fake. Chip. That's a horrible impression. By the way, am I not right? Please add some sanity that the Hornets are not as
Okay, Tom,
bad.
we'll say that for you.
They are.
They're
only
not
6
as bad.
games in, so
They've
I was
got
6.
LaMelo Ball back. They're not
For
as
now.
bad.
For now.
Yeah, okay.
They've
Good
got.
job.
They are the.
Jeez.
They are the money market accounts of the NBA teams. They are growing slowly better
All right,
over
Tom.
time.
Tom, tell me how many games they're going to win. 30?
Hornets?
Can
They
they
might-
get to 30?
I think they can get to 35. I think they can.
You think they can
Yeah, I
be
can
in
think they can
the
get to 35.
play-in games?
If they stay healthy. Nah,
Oh
it might
my
be a
God.
stretch.
Come on, Tom. We
They
can't
gotta
have
stay-
everything.
Now, wait a
on
minute. Is
your way.
Brandon Miller playing right now?
Yeah.
Should be.
Miller is playing. I thought maybe he had an injury. Okay,
Well,
so-
guys, one thing I said, look at they're in the 9th place position, so they're the next to last position for the play-in tournament. Look at 2 teams that are not eligible in the East right now: the Sixers and the Bucks. So one of the Sixers 1 and 3, and the Bucks are 1 and 4.
I don't
Those are
understand
2.
Record
Milwaukee.
since they fired the coach and hired Doc Rivers.
Well,
They were losing records since hiring Doc Rivers.
yeah.
I don't know.
With Giannis and Damon Lillard.
Yeah, Damian Lillard is doing nothing right now.
I think Giannis is about time to go to the Lakers.
They're running the offense through Giannis instead of Lillard, and if Giannis would figure it out, Terry and they would let Lillard run the offense.
He'd be surprised how many more points that Giannis could score.
The biggest thing,
correct. If finding someone to find you open as opposed to you dribbling the ball right down the middle of the court.
The biggest decision that the Miami Heat made back when LeBron and Bosh signed with them, the biggest thing that occurred for them is when Dwayne Wade made the decision, I'm not going to be the alpha.
Exactly
if I step aside and let LeBron be the alpha, Giannis is going to have to make that same decision.
There's another thing about it. You can't let the 7-footer be the ball handler.
Right.
The finisher be the ball handler. You don't let David Robinson be the point guard. His point guards were awful. Like he had
Avery Johnson's not bad.
Oh my God!
I'm not saying he's magic, but he's
okay. Tom, Terry, please tell him that Avery Johnson was garbage.
He was not good.
All right.
He's not one of the worst I've seen, but he was not good.
Is he as good as Tony Parker?
No.
Okay.
I'll agree with that.
Okay. What I'm saying is, you don't let David Robinson dribble up to the 3-point line and just a fast break. Fine. But you don't just let him run the offense.
The problem with these guys is they have elite and garbage, and there's
no in between. Yes,
I mean it's just like you're either elite or you're garbage. It's like some guys are like not that bad, some guys are pretty good, some guys are.
Tom, y'all told me all year about how Shohei Ohtani's been great, and he goes 2 out of 19. Great job, buddy.
He was hurt.
He was elite.
Hey, the Japanese birth rate went up after the Dodgers won that. Just want you to know
all I gotta say.
There's going to be a baby boom. Every time Ohtani comes up to bat, a Japanese baby is conceived. Okay? I'll just go ahead and say that.
Oh, my gosh.
Hall of Fame great Avery Johnson averaged
I did not say that.
8 points a game.
I did not say that.
He had 5 assists.
You misconstrued.
One of the greatest scorers in history is on his team, and he averaged 5 assists a game. Muggsy averaged 7, Terry.
You saying Muggsy's garbage?
Muggsy's way better than Avery Johnson. But Muggsy's not. He's not good. I mean, is Muggsy good?
I would say Muggsy was good.
I'd put him in my average stuff.
Average, adequate.
Yeah.
I'd say above average.
I don't know about above average. Come on now.
Man, harsh crowd.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I have nothing wrong with him. I think he did.
Apparently you do.
For his size, he did exceptional. I'll put it like that.
He's above average for people under 6 foot tall.
Muggsy was better than Spud Webb.
Ooh.
Take the dunk contest out of the equation. The dunk contest has no impact.
Yeah. I'd say he's better than Spud
I'd say he's
Webb.
better than Spud Webb.
Muggsy's 7 assists a game, 7.7 points a game.
Let me look up Spud's stats now that we're talking.
Let me go back to Avery. So Avery Johnson was so good, Muggsy Bogues averaged more rebounds than him.
Ouch. That is a shot to my argument there. But how tall is Avery Johnson? I know he's taller.
5'10".
Okay, well, he's not. I know he's taller than Muggsy.
Well, everybody's taller than Muggsy.
Exactly.
What was the last one you said there?
Spud Webb. I'm pulling him up right now. Yeah.
Take the dunk guy. Take the fact away he can dunk.
That actually really is impressive.
He beat Michael Jordan Dominique in a dunk contest.
Jordan was not in that contest. Jordan was injured.
Dominique. Okay.
5 assists. He's the same as Avery Johnson. Averaged almost 10 points.
So Spud averaged 9.9 and 5. Muggsy averaged 7 and 7. So take it with what you. I think Muggsy's a better defender, but you can look at that what you will. But anyway, all right, that's our basketball. We've got any other points to make, Tom, on your Cavaliers or anything else?
No, everybody except for Strus is healthy right now. And when I look at their box scores, I don't really have time to keep up with it because I'm doing too much crap right now. But every time I look at their box scores, Mitchell's has his games, but then you'll see LeVert have a good game. You'll see, Jared Allen have a good game. So it seems like they've just got great balance and they can complement each other. Like maybe Mitchell doesn't have to have 45 points every game. And I think Kevin, I hate to agree with him, but he said there's no superstars on the team, superstars, but they've got a lot of really good players. Mm-hmm. And, the chemistry seems to be working right now. Like when Strus comes back, it's going to be, what's the dynamic now? But I'm real happy where they are. I'm glad they've kept all their pieces in place. Mm-hmm. And those guys like Garland and Mitchell and Mobley and, these guys have started to play each other for a number of years now, and that matters in basketball.
Yeah.
That matters
continuity.
in basketball. Right. So I think they've got a good – now, Terry, Boston's got a lot of talent. So, I mean, it's going to go through Boston. You're going to have to beat.
They've got some continuity.
Beat Boston. But right now, I'm feeling pretty good about this team, barring injury. Long season. So
What
we'll
about the Knicks too?
6-0, Tom,
Yeah.
and your leading score is 23rd.
Wow,
That's what I'm saying.
in the NBA
It's
in
kind of
scoring
if
at
you look at
23 a game.
if you look at their box scores, it's not like one player's always having 30 points a game.
He's scoring more than Damian Lillard
Yeah,
is.
Terry, you remember me telling you this guy was going to be pretty good on that trade? Trey Mann, showing you the video highlights when he was traded. That boy can play. I don't know how he fits in a system or what system this is with LaMelo. But he's averaging 21 a game.
Was he the
right
freak
now.
athlete you showed us, like the jumping out of the gym?
No, that's the rookie.
Okay.
This was the one they traded with OKC for, and
he's point guard.
He's the one that can, like, honestly, like, if you got rid of LaMelo, if they were smart,
trade him.
They would trade LaMelo for all they can get.
Yep.
And put the guy who's averaging 21 a game.
Let this guy run the show. He's averaging more than Ja Morant and
Kevin. The kids love LaMelo.
I know, Tom. We're selling hot dogs. I know how all this
Oh,
works.
God.
I know exactly how all this works. Chris let Kings Mountain do a broadcast last night. You pay enough money, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
around
true,
here, apparently.
true,
So
true.
we see. We know how it goes. You got to sell the hot dogs. Sell the hot dogs. They can't sell Trey Mann jerseys. You're 100% right, Tom. They'll do what they did to the other kid that was here. Devontae Graham. He scored like 23 points a year one year, and they left him for dead on the bench and never got to play again. And just because we had to sell LaMelo jerseys, so we'll keep selling those LaMelo jerseys. Terry with a 400 record, make the play in. Like Tom said, we're better.
Yeah,
Go Hornets.
In the East, it might.
Go Hornets. Yeah, aren't we like ninth in the? Oh, jeez. All right, we'll be back in a minute, Katie.
I'm Calvin Hastings, and I want to invite you to join myself along with Captain Ron as we broadcast live this Saturday, November 2nd, during the grand opening of the Green Leaf Relief, now open at 2264 Lincoln Highway, 150 East in Cherryville. We'll be there from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with free Dairy Queen hot dogs, chips, and soft drinks. Plus, register to win some great prizes. See Large Marge, the Pink Cadillac, the Green Machine, and the Patriotic Floppy Man. And check out the new Green Leaf Relief, this area's new CBD store with natural pain relief, including CBD gummies, hemp flower, and Jeff's Wonder Cream. Find out how it all started with a dream and some cream, plus CBD for pets. Locally veteran-owned and operated by Jeff, Pizza Paul, Sunshine, and Jordan. Ask about 10% discounts for veterans and 10% discounts during Hippie Hour every day from 4:20 to 5:20. Plan now to be there for the grand opening of the Green Leaf Relief. Now open at 2264 Lincoln and Highway 150 East in Cherryville, right across from Ace Hardware. Online at tglr.net. Like them on Facebook too.
Sizzleman Son Paint and Body Shop, a local family-owned business located at 2027 Shelby Road in Kings Mountain. They offer auto and truck body repair and painting, motorcycle refinishing, and dent removal. They're known for their quality work and their experienced staff and their dedication to their customers. In their own words, we work for our customers, not for the insurance companies. We have your best interest in mind. Call 704-730-0050. Sizzleman Son Paint and Body Shop in their 27th year in business. They're there when you need them.
Cakes and cookies, toys and gifts.
It's the shopping event of the season, the Southern Christmas Show, November 14th through 24th at the Park Expo and Conference Center. Celebrate the 12 days of Christmas, a countdown of Yuletide cheer brimming with festive decor and seasonal magic. Buy tickets at southernchristmasshow.com. Online tickets courtesy of Craft Body Scan.
Let's go to the Southern Christmas Show.
Call Bean Brothers Landscaping in Lincoln and ask about their lawn care agreements for both residential and commercial, starting at $199 per month, including mowing, edging, string trimming, and blowing. Silver, gold, and platinum packages are available on a 12-month agreement, including 41 yearly visits, 30 weekly March through September, 11 off-season visits during October through February. And they'll even clean out your flower beds. Call Bean Brothers Landscaping at 704-718-4988, 969 Reachville Road in Lincoln. Online at beanbrotherslandscaping.com. Like them on Facebook too.
Ladies and gentlemen, North Carolina Commissioner of Insurance, Mike Causey.
Folks, I know it's campaign season, but this announcement isn't about politics. It's about helping people. It's about putting things right in Western North Carolina. Since Helene struck, I've been spending time and energy in our western counties, helping people get the assistance and services they need. We have help teams spread out across 20 counties, helping folks get critical information about insurance coverages and claims assistance. This storm is the worst we've seen ever in the history of our state. This isn't the time to politic. This is the time to help those who need it. I'm proud to serve as your Commissioner of Insurance. My focus is making sure our residents get the help they need and can rest assured that the Department of Insurance is working day and night to make things right. Paid for by Mike Causey Campaign.
Here comes Duke.
He's got it! Touchdown! Down he goes!
Attack the day.
10-5, good night! Hit hard, the ball came out, it slipped out of his hand and it's intercepted!
Bleed Blues.
Wide open! Touchdown! And the Blue Devils walk it off at Wallace Wade!
Listen all season long on your home for Duke football. The Blue Devils Sports Network from Learfield.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk. Looks like they're talking about football. At least that's what it looks like on the map they have up.
Thanks, Mickey. We're going to do the
Mickey?
Yeah, we're going to do the
I don't get it.
yeah.
I do.
The Aleutian Islands, Alaska, Anchorage. Is that it? Or have we found it?
No, Anchorage is part of mainland Alaska.
So,
I have
so
no
for
idea.
the folks on the radio, we're looking at the imperialism map after week 9. What does that mean? It means if you beat a team, you win the counties in their territory that they've already won and conquered or had. So it's ever-changing map here, and we're trying to figure out. Indiana owns Hawaii, and looks like they're almost in Russia, so we're going to get back to you on that one. Boise State's got a big chunk of the West. So does BYU. The Nittany Lions look like they own the whole state of Iowa there, Tom. Almost.
Yeah, I guess they do, yeah.
Baylor owns pretty much all of New Mexico, Arizona. No, they own most Arizona. New Mexico, who is that team? I don't know that one. This little Wildcat right here. Some type of Wildcat.
It's not Pitt, is it?
No.
It's not Pitt.
No. Pitt just says Pitt right there.
Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go.
But anyway, in North Carolina, Indiana owns part of North Carolina too. So the state of North Carolina is owned by Clemson. Texas owns a couple counties. Texas A&M owns, is that Buncombe up there? Chip, who's Texas A&M?
Texas A&M is like Murphy. That's Madison.
Who owns Buncombe? Texas or
Clemson owns Buncombe County, but Texas A&M owns Haywood County.
Gotcha. Okay. Then Indiana owns some land. Notre Dame owns some land. Texas A&M owns both coasts.
A&M's flanking North Carolina right
except,
now.
Well, Miami does own the Wilmington area. So there's how North Carolina breaks down as far as where
Somebody's got way too much time on their hands.
I know, right? Yeah. You know, once it gets going, it's probably a lot easier than you think. But so you win this. So if Boise, let's make it easy for the folks watching at home. Clemson owns Ireland right now.
Yeah.
Let's say Pitt goes over to Ireland and wins. I guess who I don't even know who.
No, you'd have to beat Clemson.
Who
to
did
take
Clemson
Ireland.
beat? To beat Ireland, whoever beats Clemson next will get Ireland. Is that how that works? Yes. So I don't think Clemson's going undefeated. So someone's going to conquer Ireland at some point, or Clemson and all their territories. Looking at Indiana's wins, we were talking about that a minute ago. They did beat Charlotte, so that puts them up there. Western Illinois, FIU. Oh, those were last year's. How did I get down to last year's? What is going on? I've typed in there. All right, here we go. Who did Indiana beat this year? Tom should know.
Almost everybody.
Indiana's beat Nebraska. They beat.
All right, here we go. I found 1, 2, 3, 4.
They beat Northwestern. They beat.
All right, started off with Florida International, then Western Illinois.
Stanford. Clemson beat Stanford.
UCLA, Charlotte, Maryland, Northwestern, Nebraska, and Washington. Who'd you say?
Clemson defeated Stanford.
Okay.
That's how they got Ireland.
Okay. So that Michigan, Indiana still has Michigan State, Michigan, Ohio State, and Purdue left on the schedule.
Okay, now it's starting to get serious for them. Now let's see how good they are.
All right. Let's see. How does the playoff system? How's that going to work, Tom? Is it
Well,
do we got that figured? Can y'all explain that to me at all?
Well, the top, they're going to have like the 4 that get buys, and the other 8 are going to have to play in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be left with 8 because, you got 8 play each other, at least 4, then you got 8 left, and then they just play out till, just like basketball, you just keep playing until there's nobody left.
So I
mean, I think that like if an Ohio State loses today, they've got to, but say Ohio State plays Indiana later. I think this might, Indiana hadn't beaten Ohio State in like 35, 40 years. This might be the year they do it. But you get, if you've had some quality losses, if that makes any sense, it might not knock you out of the top 12. So top 12, and then you have 4 teams will get buys, and then the other 8 will play each other, and then you play it out.
The chance looks like based on ESPN's predictions, and you can look at this too, Kevin. It looks like you've got another graph up, but top 12 teams based on percentage to get into the playoff right now: Miami, Oregon, Georgia, Penn State, Texas, Ohio State, Indiana, Tennessee, Boise State, Notre Dame, BYU, and with 2 losses at 53%, the 12th team in, Alabama, after losing to Vanderbilt.
Here's the current projections based on the current AP poll of Oregon. What conference is BYU in? Are they now in the Big 12? Or how are they getting a top 4 seed?
They got to win the conference. I think those are only for conference champions.
I was about to say, that's gotta
you have to be a conference champion.
That's what I'm saying. What conference are they
in? I think it is. I think you are right. I think it is the Big.
They're in the Big 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
it's hard to
who's
keep
Oregon
up
in the Big 10?
Big
Golly.
10. Miami,
this
ACC,
is so
Georgia.
confusing now.
I know. Oregon's not the Pac-12. BYU's not either. There is no Pac-12. BYU's in the Big 12, and Oregon's in the Big 10. So based, for you radio listeners out there, I know you can't see the graphic, based on the current projections, they've got Oregon 1, Georgia 2, Miami with the 3 seed, and BYU with the 4 seed.
When was this done?
October 30th.
So, okay, 2 days ago.
And Indiana's unbeaten.
Mm-hmm.
And they're out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
Look,
the
they still
dumbest thing.
and they don't have
second team out.
They don't even have 11th.
They've got Indiana down there. The second team out is ranked 13th.
Yeah, they don't have.
But Indiana's got a chance to get in. If they beat Ohio State, they're in. I mean, they've got it. They can play their way in.
Yeah,
they
I
are.
know that, but I'm just saying though, right now, how can you take Indiana unbeaten and put them out?
They're not expecting them to beat Michigan and Ohio State.
They're going to beat Michigan.
Fake.
They're going
That's
to
what
beat
this
Michigan.
is. That's fake.
Terry, they just took the top 12 teams.
I'm surprised Alabama's done that.
Indiana's
I do not
13th.
care. I do not care. They're unbeaten.
Indiana's 13th.
Well, Pittsburgh's unbeaten.
This is so.
Even with 12 teams, they can't get it right.
Yeah, you can't even put this up there and say you're right. You can't take teams that are
But
unbeaten and say you didn't make it.
But the reason why this doesn't mean
they
very
can.
much,
They will.
there's-
You know they will. What do you mean they can't?
there's meaningful games
Florida
coming
State didn't
up.
make it last year.
Yeah. There's meaningful, and they're 1-7 this year.
Yeah.
Gosh almighty. But there's meaningful games coming up. And like I said, Ohio State right there at the 6th seed, they might not make it. If they lose to Penn State and they lose to Indiana,
Who?
And
Ohio State.
Yeah, I mean they're not gonna beat you.
Tom, get real.
What?
Get real.
What are you talking about?
I mean, that's like today's game. We'll talk about that in a minute.
But this
That's a joke.
That the part that scares me about and that would bother me about that, Tom, is if in your scenario, Ohio State loses.
If they lose to Penn State and Indiana,
That's
they're
not
out.
going to happen.
But
yeah,
does that potentially let Alabama back in with a
I would
loss
say,
to
yeah.
with a loss to Vanderbilt? That loss is way more embarrassing.
Vanderbilt's not that bad. I mean, they played Texas tough. They beat Alabama.
They're not Penn State and they're not Indiana.
They're
Yeah,
not.
the name don't make them that.
Yeah, they're not. But I know you guys don't follow Ohio State, but if you can't block, you can't win. Right now, they can't block. How you gonna win? You can't block.
But here's my thing though. You're sitting there saying, okay, 2 losses to Penn State and Indiana, both ranked right now.
Right.
And you've got another team with 2 losses. One of those to Vanderbilt. That's not
That'll
ranked.
give Ohio State 3 losses.
Well, Vanderbilt was
Ohio
ranked
State
last
lost.
week.
Okay,
They lost to Oregon.
Oh, okay, that's right. They did lose to Oregon. Well, still, I mean, 3 ranked teams. I don't know.
I'm just not feeling, like I said, I'm not feeling real confident based on the schedule and based the way they played a Nebraska team. Now, Nebraska has a good interior defensive line, so, football's about matchups.
You don't have to worry about Nebraska. That's a Matt Rule coach team. You're fine.
No, I mean, they beat Nebraska, but Nebraska dominated the interior. Ohio State averaged 2 yards per rush.
Yeah.
You're not going to beat a good team doing that. You're not going to beat a good team doing that. So, I mean, I think there's a lot of scenarios like that. Obviously, I'm more familiar with Ohio State, but there's a lot of football to be played. That right there, that's just clickbait. That's all that is right now. There's 4 or 5 more games in the season. A lot's going to happen between now and November 30th or the first week in December when this is all wrapped up.
Yeah. All right, I've got the Facebook Marketplace item of the week for sale. This is a
wow.
NC State.
Oh, Terry.
Large Mars mobile, Terry. $5,000, 94 Lincoln Town car.
That's actually cheap.
Yeah, no, that's not that bad of a deal.
No, that's not that bad of
I
a
mean,
deal.
you could go to NC State and just take kids
yard.
to the game.
Wait, does it come with tires for life?
No, Terry, no tires for life. It does. It is pretty close to extra large Mars. It's a Wolfpack mobile, but it did sell. It did get sold. So there is more than one y'all out
for
there.
$5,000. If it's, I don't know, might have crazy stupid miles on it.
Who cares?
Terry, you can get your truck wrapped like that for less than $5,000.
Yeah, you should just do that, Terry.
$400 you can get covered.
And then you can go up to Raleigh and put tailgaters in the bed of your truck.
Way
and
less
take
than
to the game.
Yeah, way less than $5,000.
I got to stay off Facebook Marketplace because I get on there and there's always something stupid I want to buy. So.
All I had to do is put my truck out here and it gets tampered with.
We know you're a Ross Chastain fan, Terry. We know you're in the closet.
He's got the same odds as Kyle Busch this weekend.
I saw Terry drive through Cherry yesterday in his truck, or the other day in his truck with his wife. Passed right by me, didn't see me, Terry. All right, Oregon 1, Georgia 2, Penn State 3, Ohio State 4, Miami 5, Texas 6, Tennessee 7, Notre Dame 8, BYU 9, and Texas A&M is 10. That is your AP power poll for you folks wondering. Clemson 11, Indiana 13, Alabama 14.
Oh, Clemson having a sneaky good season.
Now, how about Navy? They get beat by Notre Dame, they fall completely out.
How many losses does Vanderbilt have?
Let's find out.
2?
I think 2.
Yeah, one of them's to Georgia State, which is a pretty bad loss.
Well,
yeah.
So, but they beat Alabama, and they got 2 losses. Why aren't they ahead of them?
Yeah.
Alabama's 14th. Not like 24th, and we're just out of the poll. Vanderbilt's out of the poll and beat Alabama.
They lost to Missouri.
Think about this. Alabama don't even have to beat Vanderbilt to be ranked 14th.
They've got 3 losses.
Vanderbilt can beat Alabama. Oh,
they lost
they
to
got
Texas.
3 now?
They lost to Texas.
And be
by 3. They lost to Texas by 3.
Out of the poll. Completely out of the poll. Completely.
I mean, they've done pretty, yeah. I mean, Tom, to your point, other than the Georgia State loss, which doesn't look great, lost to Missouri in double overtime, and lost to Texas, who was ranked number 1, a week or 2 ago? Lost to them by 3.
They're not bad. I mean, they're not great, but they're not bad. I mean, they're a lot better.
All right, let's pick
a lot
some
better.
games.
They're trending up, right?
12 o'clock noon today. If you absolutely have nothing to do, game in hell, Ohio State and Penn State. Watch 2 teams with ugly helmets play each other. Oh, God. The Boring Bowl.
Have you seen the skill players on Ohio State? This is a person who doesn't watch any college football. Like, you haven't watched Jeremiah Smith or Travion Henderson or
no, I do know you got the 2 worst mascots by the on field.
Yeah, but that's
mascots.
I mean,
the on field the Nittany Lion is creepy. Have you seen that guy? I'm giving you credit right now, Tom. You're the second creepiest mascot today on the field.
I mean, this is a
Terry's look.
He's just.
You're not the creepiest one today.
We're trying to talk about football. He's talking about mascots. Okay. All right.
Am I wrong on the Nittany Lion?
Can we pick?
Have you seen him? Please tell me you've seen this guy. No?
Yeah, that is kind of creepy, yeah.
Kinda? Oh my God. If that walked in your house, that's the worst Halloween costume ever.
That's who just walked in and scared JP a few minutes ago.
This is the Nittany Lion. Guys, come on. Worst. The one from 1910 is better than the one they got now. Like, what is this? What are those? I don't even. All right, there you go. There's the guy behind the mask. And there you go, Tom. There you go. All right, who's picking that today?
Awkward.
Terry's that creeper than the Buckeye that talks and walks around with a smile on his face.
I don't know.
All right, I'm done roasting.
Thank you.
Awful uniforms and mascots. Go ahead, Tom. Who's going? How many are going to win by today?
I think Penn State's going to win this game. I just Ohio State starting left tackle out for the year. They put the backup in. He got manhandled, then he got hurt. Only 2 yards averaging, rushing the football. I don't know. On the road at Penn State. So I like Penn State's chances in this. I'd love to see Ohio State win. I'm not going to do a Shannon. It's not going to surprise me if the other team wins. He does that. But I think Penn State's got the advantage. Plus, the chip on their shoulder, they're 1-9 against Ohio State under Franklin. So there's a lot of things that break in their favor today.
Terry?
Let me go ahead.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, Tom. Anyway, you're talking about Penn State. When's the last time Penn State won a game that meant something?
I made
Here
that
we
point.
are.
I meant that
That's
point.
what
I
I'm
made
talking
that
about.
point. They got a chip on their shoulder
This
today.
is it. This ain't going to happen, Tom.
Okay.
Ohio State beats them.
I hope
and
you're
goes right into that little place that I've seen on television this whole week on account of their coming there. Franklin, he cannot win a game that he's supposed to win.
Now, see, an X factor that's happened is Penn State's starting quarterback went down, but the backup's a dual threat. And now, like, Franklin's being tight-lipped about who's going to play, making him prepare for both. That's another advantage, I think, for Penn State. Penn State's got a number of advantages. The only way Ohio State wins this game is they figure out the offensive line. I don't know if they've got it. I don't know if they've got it worked out. I don't know if they got it figured out.
My God, y'all just get beat by 40.
Tom went on for a while, but I'm going to be completely honest. If Penn State had
Nobody goes on more than you, Chip. Let's go ahead and establish that.
Do you want a visual record of this? Hold on.
Let's go ahead and get that established.
When the Indians and the Yankees were playing the American League Championship Series, we had about a 7-minute segment. You had 6 minutes and 15 seconds of it. Yes.
No.
Let's pull the tape
False.
up. Yes.
False.
All right. Anyways, moving on. If Penn State was flying out of that airport that the coach didn't want them to have to drive an hour down to, I would pick Ohio State, but I think Penn State's going to win at home.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
I didn't know Miami was ranked 5th in the country.
They're good.
Speaking of rankings, how are we looking coming into this week, Terry?
Ole Miss favored by 7 on the road in Arkansas.
It's going to be tough.
Fayetteville, $19 if you want to get down there today. Got to be there by noon.
We won't make it.
Probably gonna make it now.
Not unless we got a private plane. You're not going to make it.
Chip,
you wouldn't even make it with
you
that.
got Rebels or Pigs?
Ole Miss.
Terry?
Ole Miss.
Yeah, I like Ole Miss.
Okay, nobody taking the Pigs at home. Okay. Golden Gophers go to the Illini. They're favored by 3 in Champaign, Illinois today. 52 degrees.
Wow.
$30 for that ticket.
Illinois ranked at home. And they're underdogs.
The Golden Gophers. The Golden Gophers have won a national championship. I don't know if Illinois has they?
I don't think so. I'm sure they got a basketball championship.
Well, yeah. Who got in this, Chipper?
I'm going to stick with the ranked team at home. Let's go Illinois with a mild upset.
Tommy?
Yeah, I like Illinois at home. I don't know why they're an underdog at home. They played pretty well this year.
Illinois.
Oregon's favored by 14 against Michigan. Georgia favored by 14 over Florida. Indiana favored by 8 on the road.
They should be favored by more than
at
that.
Michigan State. $24. Indiana hadn't only beat UCLA's their only good win this year. Maybe I'm not. We just went through it. We just went through it. Some of them was hot. 4 or 5 of them was hot garbage. But
they've given up some point, but against Nebraska they only gave up 7. I don't know. I like Indiana in this game.
I do as well.
I also like Indiana. I don't think they've been behind much at all this year.
But as the season gets later, the only thing is they haven't really been here before. Now you got to win when you're supposed to win. It's a little easier to win when you're not supposed to, right?
That's what
The
I was
pressure's
talking
off.
about
Yeah.
Penn State.
We'll see.
You got to win when you're supposed to win, and they cannot never do it.
There's a lot of smack talking on the internet this week between Texas A&M and South Carolina, and I jumped into one of the conversations on one of them. They were arguing about somebody's like Texas A&M is going to be the South Carolina. They are the South Carolina. These two are the same schools basically, and they're going back and forth. Texas A&M is like we'd never be as bad as them, and I responded to one of them on the quote tweets. I'm like, to my recollection, Appalachian State dog walked both of you in y'all's buildings, not in Boone, in y'all's buildings. So this is the garbage bowl. Texas A&M, South Carolina. Aggies favored by 3, probably 2 of the worst fan bases you can imagine going against each other in this one. All right, Chip, you got an Aggie in their pride squad, or you got the or you're
They're the 12th man, aren't
or
they?
you pulling for the Scarlet Cox in South Carolina?
I'm going to put the Aggies over the Gamecocks.
Terry,
I'm also taking Texas A&M.
USC's played well at home. I'm going with them in a mild upset in the Crybaby Bowl.
Who? I'll give you that one. Better than calling them Carolina. I'll give you that.
Yeah, thank you.
Still not.
Explain that to my family, my wife's family.
As soon as we talk about Robertson. Pittsburgh is at SMU. Southern Methodist favored by 7 at home against undefeated Pitt. ACC matchup, Atlantic Coast Conference. Tommy?
I like Pitt on the road.
Also have Pitt on the road.
I've been riding the SMU bandwagon off for weeks now. I'm going to stay on it. Let's see if they win at home and big win over Pitt. Give them their first loss.
All right, Terry, how many games is that?
That's 2-4-6.
2-4-6. Virginia Tech at Syracuse today. Virginia Tech's favored by 3.5 on the road at the Q's. $25 in the Dome. Hokies and Orange Men, Tommy.
Well, even though McCord trashes us every chance he gets, I think he's going to win at home today.
Terry.
Virginia Tech.
I'm going to stick with the Hokies.
2 Hokies in the Dome. North Carolina.
This is the garbage bowl.
Who'd you pick, Tom?
I went with Syracuse.
Yeah.
Syracuse.
Today's on KTC Broadcasting. You listen to this. In Doak Campbell Stadium, the North Carolina Tar Heels at 1-7. Florida State, how they fell in 1 year, undefeated to 1-7. Tar Heels favored by 2.5 in Florida State. Terry, I know you don't know off this top of your head, but they ever been favored against Florida State, period, much less in. I know there's no way they've ever been Florida favored in Tallahassee.
I know they haven't never been favored down there, but this Carolina team's not a bad team, y'all. They just got to have a little bit more coaching on big plays that happen during a game. And you know what? I'm taking Carolina to go down there and win today.
Talking about a team that gave up 70 to James Madison. I'm going with Florida State at home to get themselves a win before they fire the coach again.
I think Florida State's got the talent, but do they care at this point?
No, they don't.
It's Carolina.
But I still think Carolina is.
Yeah, I don't know if Carolina knows how to stop that talent. I'm going to go with the Seminoles.
Carolina in their history against Florida State is 3-17-1.
Is DJ still playing?
Ugale?
Yeah, he's still playing.
I'm not sure if I even said
that
right.
Benched
That was
him
my
yet?
guess.
They've been putting him in, taking him out, putting him in, taking him out.
Well, even the year that they were ranked like 1-2 or 1-3 when Carolina had Keldorf and Oscar Davenport as kind of code quarterbacks, I don't think they were. They played at Carolina that year, and I don't think they were favored.
Terry, how many is that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Old Dominion's at App State. Old Dominion, this is the most embarrassing as it gets for you App State fans. Let's fire this coach today or tomorrow. Was it tomorrow's last game, whatever it is? Old Dominion favored up by 3 in Boone today. Terry?
This right here. I mean, how many times you going to look at this and say App's 3-4, 1-3, and Old Dominion comes in there at 3-1 in the conference? I'm going to take App State to beat them today.
App State plays pretty well at home, so I'm going with App State.
I'll flip on the other side. With being 3-1 in the conference, I'll go Old Dominion. I usually don't pick against App State at Kid Brewer, but I'm going to.
We'll jump around to different conferences as we go. Let's see.
Two more.
TCU at Baylor. TCU is 3-point dogs at Baylor. Terry?
TCU.
Yeah, I guess not a tremendous amount of knowledge behind this pick, but I'll go with TCU.
I'll do the same. Let's go TCU.
Yeah, that's what happens when Kevin just finds close spreads instead of the more marquee matchup.
Arizona State at Oklahoma State. Arizona State favored by 4. The Sun Devils over the Cowboys.
Yeah, they're struggling this year.
I say Oklahoma State's not even won in the conference yet. I'm going Arizona State.
I'm going Oklahoma State at home.
Ooh, that's tough. I'm going to go Oklahoma State at home also.
How many is that, Terry?
That's 12.
All right.
That's 12.
Yep.
I thought we already did.
12, 10.
I was about to say, wait a minute.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. In the middle. 11.
Oh, we hit it? Okay.
Yes.
Usually we hit.
All right, we'll be back in a minute. Talk NFL, KDCBroadcasting.com.
Once Upon a Time is right now. Escape to the Renaissance Festival, a time-traveling adventure.
Huzzah!
Saturdays and Sundays, now through November 24th.
Jousting night.
The Living Mermaids. Happiness reigns at the Renaissance Festival.
We come to the Renaissance Festival every year. It's just a good time for our entire family. We love to come and eat our way through the festival. The turkey legs and the crepes and everything else. There's great food and lots of entertainment. It's a great way to spend the day.
Eat, drink, be merry at the Renaissance Festival. Saturdays and Sundays, now through November 24th. Presented by Pepsi. Tickets limited while supplies last. Online only at renfestinfo.com. Renaissance Festival, here I come. Pepsi proudly presents the Carolina Renaissance Festival. Eat, drink Pepsi, and be merry. Don't miss the Renaissance Festival.
I'm Lon Helton, inviting you to join me as I count down the week's top 30, along with my co-host Tyler Hubbard, who's headlining his first solo tour.
This being my first headline tour in the States, I'm building a show around a narrative that's my life, from my childhood essentially to where I'm at now.
That's Tyler Hubbard this week on Country Countdown USA.
Wednesdays at 1 p.m. on WCSL, 92.9 FM, 1590 AM, and KTCBroadcasting.com. It's leaf pickup time, and Boyd Tire and Appliance in Clover has all you need to make your lawn look great. Blowers, chainsaws, and mowers by John Deere and Gravely. Blowers and chainsaws by Steel, and they carry lawnmower tires too. They also service all your lawn and garden equipment. No matter what your lawn and garden needs, they have you covered. That's Boyd's Tire and Appliance, 124 South Congress Street in downtown Clover, online at boydtire.net. Here's a special Veteran Salute message from Barrett Floor Covering in Kings Mountain. It's about how we treat our veterans every single day of the year. It's about making sure they have the care they need and the benefits that they've earned when they come home. It's about serving all of you as well as you serve the United States of America. Today, we salute you, our veterans. This Veteran Salute from Barrett Floor Covering, 150 Dixon School Road in Kings Mountain. Online at barrettfloorcovering.com.
Moss Drug in Gastonia is proud to support our troops. We want every veteran to know that you are valued, and we thank you for your service. You are not forgotten. We thank you for your hard work and dedication to helping keep our country safe. We salute our brave men and women who protect our country and our freedoms. This veteran salute from Moss Drug, 701 West Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia. Online at mossdrug.com. And keep in mind, you can get all of her shots at Moss Drug in Gastonia. Get your Cooper Tire rebate now at any of the area All-Ray Tire Center locations. Now rebates of up to $100 on famous Cooper tires. Just visit your nearest All-Ray Tire location or go to allraytire.com for more information. From an oil change to brakes to tune-ups to North Carolina inspections, see All-Ray Tire Center, West Main Street in Forest City, East Main Street in Cherryville, Lower Dallas Road in Dallas, West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, Carbon City Road in Morganton, and a new location, 3588 Highway 16 in Denver.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin in the game.
All right, we've got a few fun NFL tweets and stuff. We're going to start. I don't have too much, actually, but we're going to start in Washington.
Oh, boy.
And the Hail Mary that was. Did y'all see that like sideline cameras and all the extra stuff? Did y'all see this guy?
But yeah. Go ahead and show it. Yeah.
Stevenson.
The Browns DB juicing up the commander, the Redskins crowd. All right, hit computer over for me. All right. Look.
I know you ain't even watching.
But wait. Now that's a bad look.
What's a bad look?
It's an awful look.
No, it's not.
But I'm telling you,
the dude shouldn't have a job today.
But I'm telling you, but look,
he should not have a job.
Yeah, I understand. Daniels hadn't even got rid of the ball. This has no impact on the play. I'm not saying.
Was this the last play of the half or something?
Yeah. Look,
this is also the one who runs in there and taps it to the guy who wins.
Yeah, he does.
I understand that, but he recovers before Daniels ever gets rid of the ball. Look, he's in position before Daniels gets rid of the ball. Look, he's over. He's set.
Okay, I got you, buddy. Throw it. I'll help you out. Watch me. Boop. There you go.
I know. But
you know the problem?
What's that?
He's in the wrong place. He's supposed to be back here.
But
that's not his spot.
But him taunting the crowd did not impact that. He was set. He was set in his position before Daniels threw that ball. Look, watch where he goes. I'm not saying I agree with what it's awful. It's atrocious.
That's crazy.
And I agree with.
He should not have a job today.
I don't necessarily dispute that. I'm just saying it doesn't have. I don't think it has an impact on the final play.
So I can do whatever until the ball's released, and then I'm going to the wrong spot that I should not be. I should be at the other spot.
He might be. I agree with that. I'm saying that what he did before the snap doesn't impact that because he runs to the spot.
I'm celebrating that I've already got a win when the play's going on.
My point being is he stops in the end zone before Daniels ever gets rid of the ball. It's not like he was trying to hurry to get to a position when the ball's up in the air. He was already.
Guy makes less than $2 million a year. Cutting him would be no problem.
I understand that. I'm not disputing that. My only point is that this whole taunting, which I think's bad, it's an awful look. But I don't think that has a direct impact on him.
Here's how come Chicago can't win. Bottom line, right there's how come Chicago
it might be the
cannot
mentality.
win.
I'm just telling you, it doesn't have a direct impact on him tapping that ball. He stops in the end zone.
When you're doing this, you're not going to win.
And that might be true. I'm just telling you, it doesn't have an impact on that play. He stops and is in the middle of the end zone where he
stops in the middle of the end zone celebrating, and then he runs to the wrong place.
He's not celebrating
that
at that
he's
point.
Supposed to be doing. What is he doing then?
I'm not talking about right
Who
here.
Is he talking to?
I'm not talking about right there. I'm talking about after the play. Once the play is in process before Daniels.
The play is in process.
Later on. Later on. That's what I'm trying to say.
But then this guy runs to the wrong place.
Watch. All right, keep an eye on him.
Look at him. Yeah, there you go.
Keep an eye on him.
Quit hollering to me. Y'all going, oh, wait a minute. The plays are running.
This is all I would show him when he came in the Monday. Was this.
Appreciate it. Here's your final check.
Bye.
I
know somebody else is going to pick you up. You're less than $2 million a year. I'm not going to miss you.
I don't dispute that. I'm not saying you're wrong to have that mentality. I'm not disagreeing with you.
That one's killing me. I mean, you'll see. Let's see another angle from it.
And Washington had it set up perfect. Guy in the front, guy in the back. This guy's supposed to run to the back.
All right, check out this dude from some Bears fans during this.
Oh, Lordy.
Listen to him.
For the front man. This is the play of the game.
What would Rodney say?
We need you.
We need you, David.
And he's still over there celebrating.
Yeah, the dude's over here doing jumping jacks in the corner right now.
No, he hadn't gotten rid of it. Now look, they're set. They're already set.
29 was the one dancing, right?
There he is.
And watch the Bears fans right here. This is hilarious.
Yeah. Like, I do not believe what I just saw.
Dude had on a Jim McMahon jersey. Just check that out. He had on the fat guy's got on a Jim McMahon jersey.
Yeah, he's not walking through that door.
Other guys got to think it's Wilbur Marshall jersey.
I sent congratulations out to all the Redskin fans I knew. I said, is that not something?
Yeah, that was an amazing play.
How about this one, Terry? This is from Dallas.
We got all kind of plays we can show you.
This is the play of the game. Y'all ready? I think it's turned up enough. It don't really matter, but
He arrived at the stadium and felt sick. He was evaluated by the team's medical staff and ruled out. So that means Dalvin Cook, who's
what is now?
There he is.
It's about time.
There's
Dalvin Cook is there, but wait a minute. Wait a minute.
He's the best thing we put out there that day.
Terry, you better stop talking before
I
paused the video. I paused the video.
Yeah, no, yes.
Tom, I want you to explain to me what I'm watching here. What I'm watching. Don't listen. I'm gonna mute the lady because there's nothing to. Well, okay.
This is to help
Dalvin drinking.
It's like one of those pickle juice shots or something.
It looks like a hotel vodka.
Right, a pickle juice shot.
That's not an airplane bottle. Look at the size of the.
There we
of
go,
the
Tom.
mouth
That's what I was about to say. I know an airplane bottle when I see one, folks.
It's not an airplane bottle. Airplane bottle doesn't have that big a mouth on it.
I did question that when I saw it, but then I'm like,
that's pickle juice or 5-hour energy or something like that. The pickle juice shots have a big mouth on it like that.
Okay.
That's not an airplane.
no, come on, Kevin.
Those energy drinks and things like that are in bottles like that.
Okay. Y'all believe whatever you want. I believe what I want.
I mean, it didn't help him. He was probably the
You
best
said
thing
it-
we
you
stuck
said it-
out there.
you
You said he was the best thing out there.
He was that we put out there.
100%. I believe what I want. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a true statement. That's the way people are.
Yeah.
They believe what they want.
Here we go.
That's Amanda Ballione.
Jameis Winston making your first start since 2022. The word you used before the game was unwavering. How do you describe?
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's post game. We'll do pregame first.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get to the pregame.
Oh man, we got to get
to the pregame first.
Got to give props to Kevin on this.
Got to get pregame first. Y'all losers were afraid to pick. But this is my quarterback.
Opportunities come once in a lifetime. And with those opportunities, we have to make the most of it. Every one of us have an individual responsibility to go out there and fight for each other. Represent the names on your back, represents the names that's on your helmet. Well, we don't got no decal. So represent the Browns. All right, one play at a time. All right, together. All right, here we go.
Oh,
That's my quarterback.
There you go, buddy.
Well, we ain't got no decal.
There's Cleveland.
Now, here's the. You think he planned that?
No!
I
He just realized halfway through he didn't have a decal on his helmet.
I think he was being a little self-deprecating.
No! Ain't no way. He just figured that out halfway through.
He's been preaching to you to play smart but not conservative. What do you expect from yourself?
This is the day that the Lord has made. I will be glad and rejoice in it.
You're looking really focused right now. You told us this week that everyone inside this building believes that this is the time you guys can turn it around. What's been the message?
Unwavering faith, ultimate belief, depending on the Lord. That's all we got.
You told me no nerves, just excitement and butterflies. Still feel that way?
Unwavering faith, ultimate belief, dependence on the Lord.
The message is clear, guys. Thank you, Jameis.
Message is clear, guys. So we'll go to the post game message.
Isn't that the same guy who groped an Uber driver?
Since 2022, the word you used before the game was unwavering. How do you describe this victory?
Unwavering faith, ultimate belief, depending on the Lord. And depending on the Lord should have been first. He gets all the glory. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you for this win.
Talk to me about your team
Yeah,
and the way
booger.
they showed up today, coming off 5 consecutive losses. No one would have blamed you guys if you gave up. How did your guys show up this week in practice to get it done today against the Baltimore Ravens?
One play at a time. We fought. We gave everything that we could possibly give. Thank you for the offensive line. Thank you for the defensive line of winning the trenches. And thank you for the Browns fans for coming up and standing up and helping us get a victory here at home.
It's not often that you get another opportunity like you have just received in the NFL. What does it mean to lead these guys, and what could be the start of what you said is something special moving forward?
Man, it's a white boy from Detroit that I really admire named Eminem. He said, you only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity lasts once in a lifetime. And I know I got a quote, Eminem, he from Detroit, he right up the road, but man, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful that the Lord provided me with this opportunity. I'm grateful for my teammates, my coaches, and these amazing fans.
Unbelievable performance today. Congratulations, Jameis. Jameis.
Undefeated in Cleveland. Undefeated. He's good for 30 points a game. You throw some Nick Chubb on in there.
Oh, he's definitely.
I tried to explain it to you boys.
He's definitely better than
You
that.
were right. I tried to explain it to you boys.
You were right.
Winston in a running game is going to score 30 points.
You were right.
Free Jameis. 1-0. Super Bowl, here we go.
How bad is it, though?
Yes, I love him.
How bad is it that the backup quarterbacks, it don't matter who they sign, the Browns' backup quarterbacks the past 2 years have been more productive, better fits for this team
because they're pocket passers
than their $200+ million quarterback.
The offense is designed for a pocket passer.
You think they would design their offense behind the guy they put $200+ million on?
That was,
Tom's right.
The more I think about it, the more that was billionaire meddling in things that they don't fully understand. And I think that's why Stefanski came out there. He gives us our best chance to win. I think what he meant was our idiot owner thinks this is the best chance to win. So that's what I'm going to say at this podium, because y'all the ones who went out and sold the farm and paid this idiot $240 million. So I think that's what he's saying. When he says he gives us the best chance to win, I think he's saying, hey, Jimmy, this is our best chance to win. This is what you thought. This is who you brought here.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Yeah. Because anybody else they bring in, now they did change something else. They're letting Dorsey call the plays. Stefanski's not calling the plays anymore. Mm-hmm. And that may, I don't know, it's not big enough of a sample size to say,
right.
Is that the answer? Mm-hmm. But, definitely if you put somebody else in who's going to run the system, you have a much better chance of success. Old man Flacco tore it up.
I know, yeah.
It's painfully obvious the mistake you made. And in economics, eventually it's called a sunk cost. You are suffering more damage by continuing the path than changing and cutting your losses.
Here's my prediction for next year. Winston's going to get a big contract somewhere.
No, he's not.
Somewhere.
No,
he'll get a big contract. No, and then or he'll do like Flacco. He'll find somewhere that he could potentially be a usable backup. Mm-hmm. Bryce Young signs the backup for the Browns.
Oh no! I don't see. To be honest, for the Panthers, I don't see why you wouldn't call up Pittsburgh and offer Bryce for Justin Fields.
Yeah.
I don't think
Justin's
Pittsburgh
played
wants
better
him.
than
what else?
Bryce.
If I'm Pittsburgh, Fields and what else?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're not just going to give up.
I want Fields in a third. I want Fields in a
second.
Like I would.
No.
Like,
I'm giving up the number one overall pick.
Nah, he ain't that
Fields
anymore.
Is not the number one overall pick.
He ain't that anymore.
Wait, how would Fields be doing in Carolina right now?
I think he'd be doing better than Bryce Young.
You think they'd be better than 1-7?
Yeah,
that's
2-6.
Thank you. That's
but
what
they have. But what you're forgetting about Carolina has a lot of injuries on the defensive side of the ball too. So it's not just all the quarterback.
And that's fair.
Right.
That's fair.
That's what I'm saying. They don't have the Carolina.
You make a good point. I don't know if Johnny Unitas could win with his Panthers team right now.
Well, here are the updated odds of making the playoff.
That's stupid.
Terry, this is the actual math on it.
Okay, good job.
Which part's stupid to you, Terry?
So
as soon as I look up and see Houston Texans, they got beat by Rodgers.
This was at before that game.
Just before that.
Okay. I'll give him credit then.
No, I'll tell you what he's upset with. He's upset with that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's upset with that sixth team down on the right. That's what he's upset with, their percentage.
What, the 3 and 4 Cowboys?
Yes, that's what he's upset with.
Look, the Cowboys fans were in here having Irish creams before the Bloody Marys before we started. So I'm talking about winning this weekend and making the playoffs and who are we trading. And Jerry Jones ain't gonna trade himself, boys.
No.
So, and you're stuck with Dak for another how many years? Terry Jones just signed him for? 3 or 4,
He's
5.
he's not a Tom Brady. He's not a Peyton Manning making everybody better around him.
Hey, but he's got a good bed to sleep in at night. He
Yeah,
advertises
he does
for those.
that,
He gets a
guy.
good night's sleep every night. He goes right to
I was
bed,
so
not worried about
irritated.
whether he got beat again.
Yeah.
He goes right to sleep.
You're
He ain't
right.
worried about it.
You're right.
Get it, Tom.
Well,
Get it.
Well, Tom mentioned the Jets real quick before we make picks. How about
Terry did, not me.
Terry mentioned the Jets?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Was Aaron Rodgers? I assumed it was.
He's got
Tom,
an
I
Aaron
think.
Rodgers man crush. He can't help it. He's got to mention the
Yeah, he's
Jets.
won one Super Bowl. Good job, buddy.
The Jets scored 20
One more than a lot of
points.
other quarterbacks.
Hey, Jim McMahon has the same number of quarterbacks as a Packers quarterback as Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre.
Say that again.
Jim McMahon has the same number of Packers Super Bowl rings as Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers.
Might have to.
They all have
He
one
does.
Super Bowl ring with the
Yeah.
Packers written on it. He was Brett Favre's backup.
Yeah, I remember. I vaguely in '96.
Yeah.
96.
So all the success that Brett Favre had and all the success that Aaron Rodgers had, McMahon's got more rings than both of them.
Yeah, I was about to say he's got more rings than
because he won in Chicago. So Bears have never replaced Jim McMahon. They hadn't have to. They still got as many rings. He still got as many rings as the Packers quarterbacks. Jets scored 20 points, committed 0 turnovers, and held their opponents under 250 yards of offense from 1940 until yesterday. Teams were 756-0 when that happened, but yet they managed to lose to the New England Patriots for the first
pretty
time
amazing.
in the NFL since 1940.
I love it.
756 games.
Somebody's got way too much time on their hands.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers' name's out beside it.
Way too much time on their hands.
All right, let's pick some games real quick. NFL standings: Dallas almost in last place. Terry, what y'all doing over there? Yeah.
Me.
There's only like 3 teams with the worst record in the NFC than
We're
the
still
Dallas
gonna
Cowboys.
win 12 games.
I'm sorry. What?
Oh yeah. Jeez. Okay, we're gonna skip over that. Let's
Can you
pick some games.
Can you timestamp that,
Let's start
please?
that first win today. Cowboys and Falcons in Atlanta. Terry, what you got on that one?
Dallas wins. This is do or die.
Do or die.
They
Week
also had
8.
this thing when they went to Dallas is unbeaten on the road. Can't win at home.
Terry, Tom.
Give me the Falcons at home.
They're not unbeaten on the road, though, are they?
No,
They lost
not since last
Yeah, I was
week.
about to say they lost to San Francisco last week. I watched that game.
All right, Jim, we got
Dalvin's over there drinking his bottles.
Y'all almost believe that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I think Cowboys are trending down. Falcons are trending up. Let's go the Falcons.
I got the Falcons at home as well.
Yes, I love this. This gets me out to a lead.
Yeah, I don't think so. Dolphins in Buffalo. Buffalo favored by 6 in Orchard Park.
Bills.
We'll go our first 4 across for the Bills. Raiders at Bengals. I'm gonna go ahead and start this one. I'm gonna keep picking the Bengals. Joe Burrow's 15 touchdowns, 3 picks. I guess they just can't stop anybody.
I'm also picking the Bengals.
Tommy?
Raiders don't have a quarterback. Bengals win.
Higgins is out, but Burrow will find a way to win. I agree, Bengals.
Vegas is stupid on this one. How about this? The dog pound. The Browns are dogs against Harbaugh and the Chargers. We got Chubb and Jameis. I don't know. I don't understand this one, but I thought they'd be favored in this one. Tommy?
Well, all I'm going to say is all this hype, all this Jameis Winston garbage and all this stuff, we're going to make the playoffs now. They had one good game. The Browns will lose this game at home. And then they'll be talking about firing the coach again.
Terry?
I'm going Cleveland. I think Jameis will be 2-0.
I agree. I think Cleveland's riding high. Somebody's going to bring them back down to earth at some point, but it's not going to be the Chargers.
Yeah, it's going to be this week.
It's not going to be the Chargers defense on the road
yeah.
against Nick Chubb.
I agree with that.
Although I will say this, Tom.
Nick Chubb's on a pitch count.
I was about to say he only had 16 carries and they let Jameis throw it 35 times. So let's
and he
be
should have
easy
thrown
on.
and he should have thrown 2 or 3 picks that the Ravens dropped.
Browns for me too.
So let's not. I mean, we're all on this. Jameis Winston doesn't even know there's a decal, no decal on the helmet.
I mean, even if they win, Tom, they're 3-6.
But they're talking playoffs.
They're not
like you
going to
listen to
playoffs.
you listen to the Browns
They're
podcast.
not making the playoffs.
They're like ready to clean house and fire everybody. They win one game. What are our chances of making the playoffs? I mean, it's just like y'all are the most ADD fans I've ever seen in my life.
Hey, Tom.
I mean, it's just
Tom.
have you not
Did you not hear the
seen?
Panthers fans when Sam Darnold won that one game this year?
Hey, Tom.
I mean, it's just crazy, man.
Go
It's
to
just
the Bronx. I'll show you ADD fans.
Hey,
man.
I went to the Panthers game after they won, right? So I was at the game before they'd won one, and there's a bar right next to the place, and it was kind of mixed, like not really that crowded. And a guy I went to app with is one of the bartenders. I walked in there the next time it came through. Patrick's in there, he's so busy. He's like, "We win one game, and now I have to work the whole day my butt off over here." This is ridiculous. He said, "I can't wait till next week when it's back to normal after they get beat today." But yeah, one game, and I know how the fans are, Tommy. But yeah, James and Chubb.
They're starting. I will say they're
it's hard
starting to
keep
get
them from putting 30 points.
They're
on the board.
starting to get healthier on the offensive line, and that can make a difference.
Is Baltimore not got a pretty decent defense?
Their secondary
don't
was
know.
banged up. Both their starting corners were out, so you got to put an asterisk by that.
Well,
too.
still, my point was going to be that, like, with Chubb and Jameis, it's going to be hard for keeping them from scoring almost 30 points.
I think
no matter
they'll
what.
score
And the
more.
Ravens,
Yeah, I think they'll.
I just see the Chargers going across the country to play them, and I just don't.
I see 3 picks for Jameis in this game.
All right, after you watch Penn State and Ohio State
gosh, yeah.
Saturday, Sunday you can pick up the Titans and the Patriots.
Ugh, gosh. This is enthralling.
Titans.
I'm also taking the Titans.
I'm going to take the Patriots.
Oh, Titans with that. I'm not picking. Is that Jacoby Brissett starting, Terry?
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, Drake May's still in the protocol, I think.
Redskins and Giants this week. Washington favored by 4. Seems like they've got some pretty good stuff going on for them. Giants do not.
I like Washington. They're kind of a sweetheart team. I think they should be favored by more than 4.
Yeah, scary, but I'm also taking Commanders.
Yeah,
I can't stand I do that every week now.
It hurts, don't it, Terry?
Keep riding, keep supporting my man crush, Jaden Daniels, Commanders.
Don't admit it.
Did all three of y'all go Commanders?
Don't admit a man crush on film.
2 bad teams. Y'all 3 all went. No, they're not bad teams. I didn't go Commanders. Good grief. Hell to the Redskins. All right, other game in hell for you local fans. $20. $20. You can go see my friend this week. No, the lines will be shorter, I promise. Although the Saints, I'll say this: I've been to a Saints Panthers game. Saints fans do bring some fans.
They do travel
into Charlotte. There'll be a lot of Who Days out there today. Ain't that the ones that say Who Day? No, is that the
Who Dat?
Who
Yeah,
Dat.
Who Dat?
So Carr's back this week.
Who Day's the Bengals,
Right.
And Who Dat is
Right.
Jeez,
Who cares?
right?
Who's
Tom.
who?
Who dad? Who dare? Who cares? Go with the Saints on the road.
Is anybody going to pick the Panthers? I'm not.
You taking Saints?
Yes, sir.
Well, every time I look at the Saints, I think they're 2-6, and the last win they had was against the Cowboys.
I was about to say, they blew the Cowboys out.
And
didn't they?
somebody said they was mediocre. Now you know what, dude? You're right. You was exactly right.
Well, Carr got hurt, and Olave's been hurt. So I mean, now they got those guys back. I don't think they're going to make a run, but I think they got enough to beat the sorry old Panthers.
Yeah, the Panthers just traded one of their best offensive weapons too.
Yeah.
So I mean,
for like a
taking the Saints.
5th-round pick.
Yeah.
Deontay Johnson, they just gave him away.
I just wish I talked about somebody that says that when Amari Cooper got traded. Why are the wide receivers so invaluable? But when you get in the draft, they'll pick 7 in the first round, and only one of them ever works out. And wait, Tom. But if Amari Cooper or Deontay Johnson was in the draft, they'd be picked in the first round. So why are we getting 5th rounders for? It was basically nothing.
Well,
right?
I didn't understand what Cleveland did with Cooper. They'd already paid most of his salary. There was no salary cap, edge there. And they got a pick for him, and I know they think he's going to walk at the end of the year, but just didn't make a whole lot of sense.
I agree with you. It's almost like hype is more valuable than actual production.
In the NFL, you can trade.
I think they got a 3rd-round pick for Cooper, but
You did.
If you produce in college, that's more impressive than anything you do in the pros.
But still, you'd already paid almost all of his salary.
Terry, put me down for the Saints. I think the Panthers might win this one, but I'm not picking them to do it.
I'm not. I agree with that statement very much. But
Broncos and Ravens. How about Sean Payton pissing people off this week, running up the score, running trick plays in a 28-7 victory late in the game? He told the other team to stop him if you got a problem with it. That was the Panthers this week, right?
Yeah, it was.
J.C. Horn got mad at him and yelled at Sean Payton, so Sean didn't care. But Broncos at Ravens, Tommy, what you got?
Broncos 5-3. Ravens, I think they're They're pretty angry about losing to Jameis Winston, so I think they'll win at home.
I also got the Ravens.
Yeah, Lamar and Henry. Yep, I'm riding that train.
Baltimore Ravens for me in this one. I feel like Tom said, I believe they'll bounce back pretty easily. Jaguars and Eagles. Eagles favored by 7.5 at Lincoln Financial, Tommy.
Braveheart's garbage this year. Let's go with the Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah, Eagles.
Eagles, Philadelphia for me. All right, this is a confusion one for me. I got painted fingernails versus the little fella from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
But hey,
Bears.
He's showing some signs, and
Cardinals.
he's got Marvin Harrison Jr., who they're finally starting to get familiar with each other.
I'm taking Tom's little one, Cardinals.
Agree, Cardinals.
Yeah, I like the Bears on the road. They bounce back after that loss at Washington.
I'm glad Tom picked the Bears. I don't want to pick 4 Kyler Murrays. Look, I'll go Kyler Murray and the Cardinals on this one.
After you trash talk him every week, man, you're such a...
Well, he's better than the guy in the dress, okay? I mean, what do I do? What do I do? Pick the high school kid who's not in a dress or pick the guy in the dress? I'm picking the high school
I'd be
kid.
surprised if Chicago wins another game.
I know. Lions and Packers. Oh, my. Chip, who you got in this one? Detroit favored by 3 on the road.
Best team in the NFC right now, Detroit.
That'll never happen in Green Bay. Green Bay wins.
Watch it.
After that idiotic statement, let's go Lions on the road.
I don't pick the Lions or not, but I feel a good one after that one. Let's go Detroit Lions on this one. Rams in Seattle. Rams favored by 1.
Seattle.
Rams are trending up, but I'll stick with Geno.
I saw they may be trading Stafford to somebody.
What?
That was a rumor.
Yeah. The Rams are 0-3 on the road, and you want them to go in and win. It's the hardest place to win on the road. Let's go Seahawks. They are 2-3 at home. Not as dominant as they have been.
I'm gonna go for the Seattle Seahawks in this one. A lot of bad quarterback. There was a big argument this week about NFL not developing quarterbacks. I'm like, duh, you're not paying attention. Colts at Vikings.
Flacco will be your starter.
Mm-hmm.
Colts.
Vikings at home.
Vikings right the ship. They win.
Joe Flacco's better than Sam Darnold. Give me the Colts in this one. Buccaneers and Chiefs. Baker Mayfield in the gang.
No, Baker Mayfield.
Because they knock off the Chiefs for the first time this year, Chip.
No, Baker Mayfield doesn't have half his gang playing, including his receivers, and they're not going to beat Kansas City at home.
Yeah. Godwin's out, right?
Godwin's out. I think Evans is still
Godwin's leg fell off.
Yeah, I know.
Chiefs.
Yeah, the Bucks are a little bit banged up. Let's go with the Chiefs. We're going to do the Thursday game.
We can if you want.
Would you pick the Chiefs?
Yeah. Who's playing Thursday, Tom? Do you know?
I don't know.
Let's see.
2 football teams.
Thanks, sir. Thanks.
I'll tell you what, I love his insight.
There's a lot of insight comes from that seat around here. Bengals and Ravens. 8:15 Thursday night football.
I like the Ravens at home in that one.
I agree.
Terry.
That's a good one right here because they have to win if the Bengals are even going to have a chance, and they seem to do this every year. I'm taking the Bengals.
Oh, wow.
Chip.
He's picked the Ravens.
No, I said Ravens.
Okay.
No.
I will be picking the Baltimore Ravens. My final, let's see, thing of the day. Dwight Howard put out, if you had to pick one NBA player to play against for $5 million, who would you pick? Real quick.
Who would I play against?
Playing now?
No, any all time.
Apparently, I'm picking Avery Johnson.
I might.
But I got to beat him? I know
If you're going to
that's
win $505 million, yes, Terry. Dwight Howard asked.
If I had to pick one to beat him.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd have to beat him.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, you just don't
The heck?
win $5 million for losing against.
I don't know if there's any NBA player I could even score a point.
Terry?
Mark Madsen.
Terry, I got one for you. Mine was former Charlotte Hornet, Kevin Bennett. We'll be right back next week. KDCBroadcasting.com.
The incredible man, I only do things incredible. From the KTC Broadcasting Weather Center, here's your forecast for Cleveland and Gaston counties. Mostly cloudy today, after slight chance of showers and some patchy fog. Highs this afternoon in the upper 60s. Mostly cloudy tonight and flying fall back in 1 hour. Lows in the lower 50s. A partly sunny start today on Sunday, then clearing. Highs in the upper 60s. Becoming mostly cloudy Sunday night. Lows in the upper 40s. From the KTC Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Johnny Cottle for WOHS and WCSL.
Currently from the KTC Broadcasting Studios, it's 10:20, and the temperature is